He is the greatest cultivation prodigy of the young generation. Opened his Chi Ocean at age 3, unlocked his Divine Valley at 5, reached the Jade Realm at 13, and broke into the Void Realm at 16. At 18, he became Shantian Sek's youngest and sharpest, and most handsome top disciple. If everything went as planned, he would soon reach the peak of his life. But just then, disaster struck. A letter from home told him that in distant Muyun City, he had a loser fiancée. She was once her family's pride, but suddenly lost all her cultivation one day. She wore a mysterious ring on her finger. The family felt she was unworthy of him, and ordered him to break the engagement immediately. Holy crap, lost cultivation? A ring and a broken engagement? This familiar plot, this classic setup, made Yi Xian quickly realize that after 18 years of hard work, he was actually the villain. I practiced day and night for years, working as hard as a dog, only to end up with a chosen one fiancé. As Shantian Sek's fastest rising, unrivaled genius of the last decade, Yi Xian had always hidden a massive secret. He wasn't from this world, but was a transmigrator. However, in such an unpredictable fantasy world, he never awakened a system, leaving him feeling extremely insecure. So for these 18 years, he pushed himself to the absolute limit, to become the Yi family's greatest genius ever. Right now, Yi Xian was panicking inside. In this strange fantasy world, he knew the scariest thing wasn't some mysterious powerhouse, nor some unknown mystical realm, but rather, a fiancé in a remote, small border town. In novels, a villain breaking off an engagement and getting humiliated is a total cliché. But reading about it and living it are two different things. Besides, Yi Xian is the villain here, thinking of his soon-to-be ex-fiancée, shouting, "Don't underestimate the poor," in public. Yi Xian felt his head spin. A million WTFs raced through his mind. Yi Xian did consider taking out the protagonist before she could rise to power, ending her right then and there. But the problem is, Yi Xian is the villain. He knew exactly how terrifying the protagonist halo could be. Just look at the gifted Wang Tang, or the well-backed Tianhua. It wasn't that he didn't want to act, but protagonists simply cannot be killed. Even if you kill them, those blessed with destiny and luck have 1,000 ways to be reborn. And after rebirth, they're even stronger. Their power's even more insane, striking back like they're on steroids. When that happens, let alone the Yi family, even the divine way backing Shantian sect, could be wiped out entirely. Since he couldn't kill her, he had to try another way. Knowing his little fiancé had the protagonist template, Yi Xian secretly sent people to Muyun City to check on her. The girl was named Tantai Mingyue, and she was a natural, stunning beauty. Since she lost her cultivation, her family's treatment of her had plummeted. If not for her engagement to the Yi family, she would have been kicked out long ago. In this situation, she must be desperate for care, and longing for validation and support. Finding his opening, Yi Xian decisively went against his family's wishes. He didn't break the engagement. Instead, he wrote a long, moving letter, and had it delivered to Muyun City overnight. He told her not to lose heart. Not only that, Yi Xian prepared a storage ring, filled with rare herbs and precious pills. He repeatedly emphasized in the letter that he would never leave her, and told her to focus on her training. He even added several high-level techniques from his family and sect. He hoped his little fiancée could feel his sincerity, and wouldn't farm him like a mob once she powered up. At this moment, Yi Xian's survival instinct was peaking. He didn't know if doing this could truly change his fate as a villain. If he couldn't change it, maybe he should consider leaving the world and hiding in the deep mountains. Anyway, just don't get involved with the protagonist, and definitely don't let her see you. While Yi Xian was wondering how to lay low, a strange vibration echoed in his mind. Gained favor from Tantai Mingyue. Great Dao Luck +1. Great Dao Luck +1. Great Dao Luck +1. Great Dao Luck +1. Yi Xian was shocked. What the hell was that? Rewind to half an hour ago. In Muyun City of Jiang State, Tantai Mingyue looked pale, kneeling in the family hall, like a prisoner awaiting a death sentence. Beside her were the clan head and elders, along with the younger generation. 10 years. This waste who eats our food can finally get lost. If not for the contract with the Yi family, this loser would have been kicked out long ago. Why waste 10 years of resources on her? Hearing the constant insults and mockery, Tantai Mingyue's eyes were filled with sorrow. 10 years ago, she was the brightest star, the first in the younger generation to become a 9-star warrior. Back then, who would have dared to bark at her? The elders treated her like a treasure and signed the marriage contract with the Yi family. But shortly after the contract was signed, Tantai Mingyue's talent seemed to simply vanish. Losing her talent, she couldn't progress in martial arts, and even her current power began to fade, until she became a total failure. Everyone, please don't say that. Yue isn't a total waste. At least when she first started. She was once quite brilliant. It was her cousin, Tantai Xinlan, who spoke. Once, Mingyue was like the bright moon, leaving Xinlan in the shadows. Even the great match with the Yi family went to Tantai Mingyue. If the family had chosen me for the marriage back then, maybe the Yi family wouldn't be here to break it off. It's all because of you that I missed such a perfect match. Tantai Xinlan acted as if she had been robbed of a massive life fortune. Her eyes were filled with cold hatred. The other family members didn't speak, but their eyes showed they hated her just as much. Because the ancestors of the Tantai family had an old connection with the Yi family, a marriage was arranged between them. Now it's Tantai Mingyue's generation, and the person who signed the engagement with her turned out to be someone as outstanding as Yi Xian. If they could really marry into the Shantian sect, the Tantai family in the future would dominate not just this little Muyan city, but all of Jiang country. No one could stop them. But all because of Tantai Mingyue. They missed this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Tantai Mingyue, you're the disgrace of the whole Tantai family. It's all because of this useless person. The whole family's been dragged down. But the Tantai family was meant for greater things. Tantai Mingyue can never make up for this even in 1,000 lifetimes. Facing the angry crowd of his clan, Tantai Mingyue's eyes were full of disappointment. If it were a few days ago, he probably would have felt despair from the Yi family's broken engagement. But now, he seemed to sense a change inside himself. The plain ring on his finger flashed with a faint, subtle light. Don't lose hope. Let me use my divine blood to renew your body. Your rise is just a matter of time. A mysterious woman inside the ring spoke telepathically. While the Shantian sect is top tier in the southern wasteland, with the Shantian divine path supporting them, the woman inside Tantai Mingyue's ring was just as remarkable. She used to be a peerless expert in the upper realm, but fell because of an accident, and now her soul resides in Tantai Mingyue's ring. The reason his cultivation kept dropping was that the mysterious woman in the ring was secretly healing herself using Mingyue's energy. When Tantai Mingyue first learned the truth, he was really mad. He wasted 10 years being mocked and humiliated in Muyan City, all because of this. The mysterious woman also felt guilty about this. To make it up to Tantai Mingyue, she not only took him as her disciple, but also used her divine blood to cleanse his body. There are still 3 days before my divine blood can fully renew your body. As long as you make it through these 3 days, your talent will be unrivaled among your peers. Unrivaled? Even better than Yi Xian? Although Tantai Mingyue had never met Yi Xian before, the name Yi Xian had always been the one that all geniuses in Jiang country looked up to. In a way, he's no longer just a name, but a mountain no one could ever climb. Humph, what's so special about Yi Xian? If you truly merge with all the power of divine blood, no genius this generation can match even your little finger. Yi Xian's talent is rare even in the southern wasteland, but to this mysterious woman, he's just a local prodigy from some backwater. How could he ever compare with my own disciple? Tantai Mingyue was stunned listening to this. To him, Yi Xian was already an untouchable genius. But in his mysterious master's eyes, Yi Xian was nothing special. As for Tantai Mingyue's reaction, the mysterious woman was very pleased. He hadn't been with his little disciple for more than a few days, but he really liked Tantai Mingyue, his student. When the Yi family came to break off the engagement in public, he was really angry too. How could a mere lower realm family dare break off my disciple's engagement? If his soul wasn't just recovering, he would have long rushed out of the ring and wiped out that pathetic Shantian sect with one sword. Master, I understand your feelings. Tantai Mingyue could clearly feel the burning fire inside his master. But the Yi family's engagement did protect me for 10 years. Compared to the Yi family who broke off the engagement, he hated even more. These greedy, selfish clan members before him. Just so disappointing. My master is super proud. Worst case, when I'm strong enough, I'll go to the Yi family myself, defeat Yi Xian in front of everyone, and win back some dignity for my master. Right at that moment, a powerful light fell from the sky. A middle-aged man slowly emerged from the light. His name was Uncle Yi, Yi Xian's personal attendant. The young master's letter. Uncle Yi looked at Tantai Mingyue coldly. The Yi family is just as powerful as the royal family in Jiang country, and Yi Xian is a candidate for Shantian sect's heir. If it weren't for Yi Xian's direct order, with Uncle Ye's strength in the suspension realm, He would never bother coming to a small place like Muyun City. So strong. That was Tantai Mingyue's first thought facing Uncle Yi. The overwhelming pressure from Uncle Yi, even though he wasn't trying, still made everyone present feel like ants before an elephant. It was suffocating. Power like this could crush all of Muyun City, and even in the whole Jiang country, he'd be a true powerhouse. Yet this kind of master was just the Yi family's messenger. The more power the Yi family showed, the more the Tantai clan hated Tantai Mingyue. A personal messenger from the Yi family? Aren't you going to open the letter, sis? What if it's not a breakup, but just a message telling you to train hard? Sensing the anger from those around her, Tantai Xinlan took the chance to stir things up. A useless loser like you. Landing a marriage with Yi Xian. That's just dumb luck. Tantai Mingyue, oh Tantai Mingyue. Some things just aren't meant for you. They'll never be yours. But when Uncle Yi heard Tantai Xinlan's words, his face changed just a bit. A few days ago, Yi Xian suddenly sent Uncle Yi to Muyun City to check on Tantai Mingyue. Uncle Yi thought his young master wanted to cut off all ties with this so-called loser girl. Who would guess it was just that? If that's what the young master wants, I've got nothing more to say. Tantai Xinlan noticed the change in his expression and was thrilled inside. Looks like what I just said really hit the Yi family sore spot. Yi Xian is the Shantian sect's direct disciple and the favorite for the heir. He'd never really marry a loser like that. No way he'd marry her. Even just letting the word get out would be a huge embarrassment. Tantai Mingyue slowly looked up at Uncle Yi who brought the letter. He still had some hesitation in his eyes, but thinking of his mysterious master behind him, Tantai Mingyue worked up the courage and tore open the letter. But the next second, a storage ring rolled right out of the envelope. The ring was made of something special, clearly not ordinary. Seeing this, the eyes of the Tantai clan went green with envy. Is this the Yi family's compensation for breaking off the engagement? The Yi clan is one of the great families these days. Yi Xian is the future of the Shantian sect. The compensation they're offering must be hefty. Humph, Tantai Yu is just a useless cripple. He doesn't deserve to use all these rare resources. If you ask me, all this stuff should just go to the family instead. The clan has been supporting him for years. It's time for Tantai Mingyue to give something back. If Uncle Yi wasn't standing there, the Tantai family members with greedy eyes all around would have rushed up and grabbed it by now. Stop standing there. Open it. Even if this ring feels a bit humiliating, if I can find 1 or 2 great herbs in here, maybe it could speed up the divine blood cleansing. Hope you reach even higher cultivation. The mysterious woman urged him from inside the ring. He used to be an upper realm powerhouse, but now he's just a remnant soul. He still has a few tricks up his sleeve, but can't use them unless it's serious. Hearing the mysterious woman's words, Tantai Mingyue obediently opened the storage ring in his hand. Next second, a surge of crimson spirit light shot up. Blood python's marrow. It's really the blood python's marrow that repairs broken meridians. Blood jade ginseng. It's the blood jade ginseng that condenses the Xian bone. Ironwood spirit liquid. Oh my god. That's perfect for making 3rd-grade elixirs. Mechanical phoenix tail flower. There's even a mechanical phoenix tail flower. Watching streams of spirit light shooting up from the storage ring, Tantai Mingyue was completely stunned. The Tantai family members looked even more crazed. Even the family elders, after they saw what's inside the storage ring, couldn't help showing greedy faces. As expected from a Shantian sect young master candidate. Such a massive gift right away. Even for just breaking off an engagement, the compensation is huge. Tantai Mingyue's really hit the jackpot. Feeling those greedy stares all around him, Tantai Mingyue quickly clutched the ring. He had just opened only a corner of the ring, and so many good things already popped up. If he keeps checking, he's worried even the elders couldn't hold back, and might just snatch it from him. Mixed in with worry, Tantai Mingyue's heart was filled with deep suspicion. It's just calling off a marriage. Even with compensation, it's mostly for saving face for both sides. Just part of the process. Why would Yi Xian send such precious treasures? Any of these amazing herbs revealed just now, if you pick one and put it on the market, people would fight over it. Otherwise, these family elders wouldn't act so greedy. Plus, Tantai Yu had secretly glanced deeper into the ring just now. Besides all sorts of spirit herbs, there were several advanced martial arts manuals too. And their levels aren't low. Way rarer than the herbs. That's a lot of treasures just for ending an engagement. What is Yi Xian really up to? Bringing these questions, Tantai Yu quickly opened the letter. But what he saw inside stunned him again. What's wrong? Did he insult you in the letter on purpose? That jerk. Don't worry, once I recover, I'll go to Shantian sect myself. And make things right for you. And no, that's not it. Master, please calm down. Mingyue blushed. What happened just now? Although she'd never actually met her fiancé, back in the day, she once felt resistance to this family-arranged wedding, set by the elders. But the moment she opened the letter, Tantai Mingyue's heart suddenly felt a ripple. She even thought Yixian was actually kind of nice. Mingyue's strange reaction made the mysterious woman curious. She used her just restored power to sense the letter's contents. Both of them froze. Yixian didn't act like she imagined. He didn't look down on Tantai Mingyue for her low status, or use harsh words because her cultivation was gone. Instead, he actually cheered her on in the letter. Especially that last line, even if you're just a mortal, I, Yixian, will protect you for life. In a world full of scheming and betrayal, there's still someone like this who keeps their word. The mysterious woman felt amazed today. It's like her eyes were finally opened. Thinking back to the old days when she was powerful up there. So many came just to flatter her, just trying to build a connection. But after her fall from grace, even the closest people around her stabbed her in the back. If she hadn't been betrayed by those she trusted, she wouldn't be in this sorry state. Are you scared by what the letter said? If you can't read it out loud, then let your cousin do it for you. She snatched the letter from Mingyue's hands and recited it out loud with a smile. The engagement is decided. You are my wife, so I'll protect you. Once I pass the life and death trial, I swear to restore your Qi and Dantian, and guard you for life. When Tantai Xinlan read halfway through, her mocking look turned into shock, and her face froze. How could this be? Wasn't the Yi family letter meant to break off the engagement? Tantai Mingyue is already a cripple. Why does Yixian still want to protect her? Is this so-called true love? The words, true love, really stung Tantai Xinlan. But none of the Tantai family members cared about him now. Who would have thought Yixian would be so honorable? Mingyue, you're so lucky. We were all wrong just now. So please forgive us, and don't take it to heart. Cousin, do you remember me? I'm Xiaolu. My mom used to hold you when we were kids. Cousin Mingyue. I was so stupid before. But from now on I'm your most loyal follower. If anyone talks bad about you, I'll break his bones. Just moments ago, the family was calling me useless, trying to kick me out of the clan. And now suddenly they're all on my side. Tantai Mingyue, for the first time in his life, realized just how shameless people can be. When he was down, everyone wanted to step on him. Now that they know Yixian isn't ending things, and is even treating him so well, they all act like loyal fans, kneeling and begging for a favor. Being born in this family is actually kind of sad. But for Tantai Mingyue, it's probably a stroke of luck in disguise. If he hadn't been a loser for 10 years, he'd never have seen all this clearly. The true colors of these hypocrites. All of this is really thanks to Yixian. Oh man, why am I thinking of him again? Thinking about Yixian. Tantai Mingyue's face turned red once more. No, that's impossible. Right at that moment, Tantai Xinlan, who'd been standing in the crowd, suddenly started acting crazy. He thinks Tantai Mingyue is already a nobody. Why would Yixian still be so devoted to him? Tantai Xinlan looked totally in disbelief. He actually came today just to see Mingyue embarrassed. But now, it's like he's the joke. Especially when he noticed his clansmen nearby, giving him those distancing looks. Tantai Xinlan seemed even more deranged. It's fake. This is all fake. The letter is fake. The storage ring is fake too. You just can't accept getting rejected. So, you asked people to put on this act. Right? And also, the stuff in the storage ring. You just made it with illusions. Isn't that right? Looking at the crazy Tantai Xinlan in front of them, the Tantai clan members around showed pity. The truth is right in front of their eyes. But Tantai Xinlan just doesn't want to accept it. He just refuses to believe it. Even Uncle Yi, who brought the letter to Tantai home, was also thought to be working with Tantai Mingyue. You're a fake. You're not even from the Yi clan. Why did you send a fake letter? Trying to trick me and the Tantai clan? What happened just now scared the clan leader and all the elders around him. Tantai Xinlan questioned everything, doubted Mingyue, even dared to offend the envoy from the Yi clan. Tantai Xinlan, that's enough. Bang. The clan leader instantly flashed over, got right in Xinlan's face and slapped him hard. That finally snapped him out of it. Are you done yet? Even though the envoy didn't show his power, his overwhelming aura said it all. If you anger him, the whole Tantai clan can't handle his rage. I'm not crazy. Xinlan spat blood out, lying on the ground, face all twisted and scary. It's him. All him. He used fake letters from the Yi clan to trick everyone. I just wanted to expose his lies in public. It's Tantai Mingyue who tricked us all. It's not that Tantai Shinlan doesn't believe it. He just can't accept it. Why? Why? How come even now that Tantai Mingyue's lost everything, he can still get someone like Yishan? Someone who won't ever give up on him? He just can't accept it. Even after Mingyue fell this low, he still has a chance to turn things around. It's not just that he can't accept it. More than anything, he's jealous.
He was jealous of everything Tantai Mingyue had, and even more of his marriage pact with the Zhuan. They had never even met once. Not even once. Why was the Zhuan so devoted to him? If the one who signed the pact was Tantai Shinan, then would the perfect match she was so loyal to have been him instead? Tantai Shinan. She's crazy. This woman is insane. The Tantai head shook his head. With a single palm strike, he hit Tantai Shinlan's dancing core, shattering her cultivation. The strike was so ruthless, the action so decisive, it gave Tantai Shinlan no time to react. Head, how could you be so cruel? At this moment, Tantai Shinlan finally understood Mingyu's previous state of desolation. But it was already too late. A single letter from the Zhuan had lifted Mingyu from the abyss to the heavens. The entire Tantai family now needed a target for Mingyu to vent his frustrations on. Tantai Shinlan, though a top talent of the younger generation, could not compare to the clan or the Zhuanzhen sect. Her significance was still far too small. Unfortunately, the head's tactics did not move Tantai Mingyu in the slightest. After 10 years as a waste, he had long seen through people's hearts. Now, he only wanted the mysterious woman's help to finish refining his god-blood body and pursue the long-lost peak of martial arts. Perhaps only then would he have the courage to stand before the Zhuan on the Zhuanzhen sect's ascension stage, gain Tantai Mingyu's favor. Dao luck +2. Gained Tantai Mingyu's favor. Dao luck +2. Gained Tantai Mingyu's favor. Dao luck +3. Feeling the Dao luck rising within his body, the Zhuan suddenly snapped awake. So my little wife is my cheat code? Although the Zhuan didn't know what this Dao luck actually was, from the moment it appeared, he could clearly feel a surging, powerful energy brewing inside him, ready to burst forth. As the Zhuan comforted himself, a Zhuanzhen disciple rushed onto the stage. Senior brother the Zhuan. The sect leader has finished his seclusion and is meeting the elders in the grand hall. He's requested your presence. The disciple bowed while relaying the message, stealing glances at the Zhuan. He was incredibly nervous, more excited than a fan, meeting their idol at a concert. Senior brother the Zhuan. It's really him. I never thought I'd get the chance to speak to him from this close. But the Zhuan ignored his excitement because all of his attention was focused on the golden orb within his mind. According to the gauge, 100 points of Dao luck were needed for one reward draw. The Zhuan took a quick look. From just now until now, he had gathered over 200 points of luck, enough for 2 draws. Thinking of this, the Zhuan glanced at the disciple, standing by his side. The sect leader calling him to the hall must be for something important. Otherwise, he'd love to try this cheat draw to see what rewards he could get. With that thought, the Zhuan took a light step, and auspicious clouds instantly filled the sky. Dragon and tiger roars echoed as he took flight. As expected of senior brother the... Even his takeoff is so graceful. We'll never be able to catch up to him. Watching the Zhuan leave on the clouds, the disciple on the platform was filled with pure admiration. How are the life-death trial preparations? As the Zhuan reached the hall entrance, he heard the sect leader's voice. Everything is prepared and ready. Elder Zhuanjin replied. Our sect has only had 3 core disciples in a century. The Zhuan is the only one currently present, and the youngest of the 3. As the ultimate symbols of the sect, once core disciples reach a certain level, they often seek breakthroughs in their own way. The sect does not restrict them. The previous 2 core disciples left to find their own opportunities and train alone. There's been no news for 10 years. Only the Zhuan remained focused on his training. He didn't want to leave the sect, not just because he had no bottleneck, but for another major reason. This is a fantasy world. Even if the Zhuan's power is top tier among the youth, And he's a powerhouse in Zhang country. There is always someone stronger. The world is simply far too dangerous. Staying in the sect, protected by the leader, the elders, and those hidden old monsters, was far safer. His safety was much higher here. Zoner's talent is indeed great. If not for the Zhuanshan Divine Path's Oracle, I wouldn't be in such a rush to start the life-death trial early. We've only had 3 core disciples in a century. Their talents are all roughly equal, but if I had to compare, the Xuan is still the best. After all, youth is an asset. Besides, the other 2 disciples left nearly 10 years ago and have yet to return. We can't just wait forever and never start the trial, can we? But I heard that the Zhuan had a marriage pact with a small clan in Mayan City. Once he becomes the young sect leader, his marriage isn't just a personal matter. It affects the reputation of the whole sect. I'm already aware of this, that the clan already sent him to cancel it. Hearing Elder Zhuanjing's words, the sect leader spoke slowly. In the leader's view, the Zhuan deserves someone better. Entering the divine path later and pairing with a true genius would be a much better story. How could he be held back by a waste girl from some tiny border town? True, but who knows if that waste girl from that small clan will keep pestering the Zhuan? Elder Zhuanyu is right. The Zhuan is our best candidate to become the young sect leader, and he's about to face the trial. If he's distracted by such trifles, it would be a massive loss for our sect. This involves the divine path. I believe the elders' concerns are quite necessary. We must handle that girl from the small clan. Cut ties completely. Prompted by the elders, the sect leader fell silent. Very well, Elder Zhuanjin. Take Zuer to Mayan City tomorrow. End the engagement publicly. This way, he can focus on his trials. The Zhuan at the door heard this. His expression changed instantly. He'd just calmed his young wife. If the sect ruins things now, his new power will be wasted, and he himself would become a laughingstock. Sect leader, you must not. Watching the Xuan enter the hall, the leader and elders were stunned. The Zhuan, the sect leader's decision, is for your own good. With your status, not just a girl from a tiny clan, even a royal princess, would be lucky to have you. The clan is as powerful as the royals. The Xuan is our top genius, and the future sect leader. Forget the Zhang kingdom, in the whole southern wilds, across all mortal lands. Our sect reigns supreme. Besides, we have the Zhuanshan way. Your future is limitless. Don't worry about this, the Zhuan. We elders will handle it. Exactly, Bezhuan. If you feel guilty, when we break it off, we'll give them extra pills. A small town clan like that will be more than happy. Hearing the elders speak, the Zhuan wanted to cry. Forgot how Zhao Huo snapped. Did you all forget? To normal people, a simple contract has no real power. With fair compensation, the other side shouldn't care. But a protagonist's logic is beyond understanding. They won't see it as a fair trade. Pills for a marriage? They'll think it's an insult. If my young wife is that kind of protagonist? Thinking of this, the Zhuan imagined 10 ways she'd kill him. The Mayan City engagement. I will not break it. Right now, driven by survival, the Zhuan didn't care about defying his elders. Since it was decided, I won't be a man who breaks his word. I appreciate your kindness, but regarding the annulment, I must refuse. In the hall, the leader and elders thought they misheard. Their eyes bulged in shock. Mayan City is just a tiny border town. The Tai family is unheard of. Is the Zhuan crazy? For a weak girl like her, he's this devoted? Even if she's a beauty, it's not worth his obsession. Zhoner, don't let feelings cloud duty.
The Mystic Heaven sect master just waved his sleeve, a hint of anger in his eyes. For years, the Mystic Heaven sect poured everything into cultivating Yixian. With Yixian's talent, once he becomes the young sect master, he could immediately enter the Mystic Heaven divine path for advanced study. What kind of genius wouldn't he deserve later? How can he be stuck on a useless girl from a small family? I'll give you one more chance. If you break off the engagement, I can teach you the mystic heaven profound meaning. I wish you good luck with the trial. To become our mystic heaven sect's young master. As soon as the mystic heaven sect master said this, all the elders present gasped. The mystic heaven profound meaning is the sect's ultimate secret. If Yi Xian could, before the life and death trial, master the mystic heaven profound meaning, then the life and death trial for him would be no challenge at all. It's like the mystic heaven sect master was directly naming Yi Xian to be the young sect master. Afterward, the sect would use all its power to recommend him to the mystic heaven divine path. This was a huge opportunity many could only dream of. Is it for a useless girl to give up a great future, or become the young sect master and soar to greatness? Everyone was waiting for Yi Xian's answer. Sorry, sect master. My mind is made up. Yi Xian's answer was firm. Between profound meaning and life, Yi Xian decisively chose the latter. No matter how powerful the profound meaning, you need to be alive to cultivate it. Besides, he'd already awakened his cheat. Compared to his cheat, all kinds of divine abilities are secondary. Yi Xian, the sect master's decision is for your own good. You should think carefully. If it weren't for our mystic heaven sect, even with your talent, Yi Xian, you wouldn't have achieved what you have today. Don't forget, our mystic heaven sect doesn't just have you as a direct disciple. How will you choose? Yi Xian, you must, in this hall, state clearly in front of everyone. Yi Xian, for Tantai Mingyue, publicly defied the sect master and elders, drawing the wrath of the mystic heaven sect's higher-ups. However, just then, deep in Yi Xian's calm mind, it gently stirred again. Tantai Mingyue's favorability increased again. Great Dao Luck +5 +5 +5. In an instant, the Great Dao Luck on the golden orb shot from over 200 points to just over 300. Holy crap! Shocked, Yi Xian almost swore right there. What's up with my little wifey? Her favorability is skyrocketing like crazy. It just keeps rising fast. At this rate of favorability, who needs to learn the mystic heaven profound meaning? Of course, my little wifey is way better. Yi Xian, suppressing his excitement, silently clicked the pointer on the golden orb. He couldn't wait to draw some rewards. As Yi Xian tapped his finger, the 308 points on the golden orb of Great Dao Luck suddenly showed -100 points. At the same time, the pointer started spinning rapidly. Soon, the spinning pointer landed on a glittering golden treasure box. As the pointer hit, the treasure box exploded with a bang. Four huge, colorful bullet comments gushed out. Thanks for playing. Damn it, Yi Xian's forehead veins twitched twice. He really didn't expect that even after reincarnating into a fantasy world, he'd still run into such a frustrating, blood pressure-raising scam. Yi Xian, from your look, you seem unhappy with the sect master and the elders' proposals. The mystic heaven sect master and the elders were already displeased by Yi Xian's defiance. Now seeing Yi Xian's unhappy expression, the elders' tempers flared. Even the sect master's face completely darkened. But they were angry at Yi Xian, while he was more mad at himself for tossing 18 years of effort just to draw such a lousy thing. Now he felt like he was on a hot stove, either burned to death, or blaze through the trial and take a step further. Without hesitation, Yi Xian clicked the lottery pointer again. As the pointer spun once more, soon another glittering golden treasure box exploded. This time it was even worse. The exploded treasure box was just empty. Holy F*******. Are you kidding me? This is such a rip-off. Whose damn idea was this system? At this moment, Yi Xian suddenly felt like re-accepting the mystic heaven profound meaning's inheritance and giving up his cheat. This cheat is really ing useless. But sensing the atmosphere in the hall, Yi Xian felt the sect master and elders present seemed unwilling to give him another chance. Humph, Yi Xian. Since you defy your elders like this, don't blame the sect for disrespecting you. You're just a direct disciple, disregarding all our sect's years of cultivation. Even the sect master changed his dismissive attitude towards Yi Xian, no longer calling him Xianer, but addressed him directly by his name. Yi Xian, I've already given you a chance. Since you insist, then, the sect master had just spoken half his sentence, when a golden light suddenly shot up from Yi Xian's body. This golden light was dazzling, like sweet rain from the heavens, yet carrying formidable divine might. Yi Xian's divine bone. The divine bone awakened. The mystic heaven sect master fixed his eyes on Yi Xian. The elders, who were chattering and accusing Yi Xian, were also dumbfounded. Could it be, is the legend true? Legend says ancestor Yi was a bloodline from an ancient divine powerhouse. Divine beings are beyond mortals. Even their bloodline would bless for generations, allowing descendants to benefit for life. The Yi clan, as a divine bloodline, produced many astonishing talents in its early years. But later, the divine bones of these powerhouses were diminished by an unknown curse. Since then, the Yi clan never again saw peerless powerhouses like those of ancient times. They were forced to move out of the central barren domain, gradually becoming equal to mortal kingdoms. Yi Xian, back then, it was because when he broke through to the profound ancient realm, a trace of divine patterns appeared in his bones, that he was chosen by the sect master at a glance. Unfortunately, after Yi Xian entered the mystic heaven sect, even though his cultivation advanced quickly, the characteristics of his divine bone showed no sign of appearing. Could today be the day his divine bone fully awakens? The mystic heaven sect master's hands on his chair trembled slightly. Even Yi Xian himself didn't expect that his final draw, which he had given up hope on, actually drew a great Tao ancient fruit that could help awaken the divine bone. A great Tao fruit, as the name suggests, is made from the will of the great Tao of heaven and earth. A condensed fruit. Why are gods called gods? It's because they can grasp the mysteries of the Tao. The Tao fruit holds those secrets. It naturally complements the divine bones in Yi Xian's body. With the help of the Tao fruit, the divine patterns in Yi Xian's body started to sprout along his bones. Like dry wood finally receiving life-giving spring water, brilliant golden light surged non-stop. Spiderwebs of golden light spread across Yi Xian's body. In the end, even all his bones turned a faint gold color, as if they would break free from his flesh at any moment. Boom! Just then, the sky suddenly split apart. Yi Xian, Tao Master of the Mirror of Space, broke through. Tao Master. Oh my god, is this the power of the Divine Valley? Sensing the huge energy change around Yi Xian, the elders of Shen sect in the hall could barely breathe. Some of these elders spent their whole lives training hard, and still only reached the Tao Master level. But Yi Xian just awakened his Divine Valley, and instantly broke through to the Tao Master. Amazing! Who would have thought after so many years, our Shen sect would have another prodigy? Prodigy is what this world calls those who awaken the Divine Valley. These people have no bottlenecks in cultivation, and as their Divine Valley strengthens, their power becomes even scarier. They may even follow the ancestors' path and become new gods. It's not impossible. In the main hall, the elders slowly got a grip. Their faces were full of mixed emotions. If Yi Xian was just talented, Shen sect would have had other choices. But now that there's a prodigy, his existence can't be compared to just any disciple. Even among the Shen divine Tao, he's someone to be taken seriously. Hey, Shuer, since you don't want to break the engagement, we won't force you. After all, it's your own personal matter. As elders of the sect, we were just anxious for you before. Just now, burning with anger, looking like they wanted to expel Yi Xian from the sect. The Shen sect leader suddenly turned kind and gentle and amiable. Even the elders nearby, who were against it at first, had a change of heart and became reasonable. Your fiancé is just from a humble background and lacking in cultivation, but as long as you like each other, that's what matters. Feelings never really make sense. Yi Xian, since you can stay true to yourself, the sect leader and all of us elders are honestly very pleased. The sect leader even made a decision right then. The life or death trial will take place in half a month. Shuer, you just became a Tao Master. You should solidify your cultivation first. I'll have someone bring you some pills for stabilization. Just focus on resting up and get ready for the trial. Yi Xian becoming a chosen one means he'll get special treatment in the Shen divine Tao and will be highly valued in the future. The sect won't risk everything just for a marriage and narrow its path. Thanks to the sect leader and all the elders. Yi Xian smiled softly. Even if this golden finger is a bit tricky, at least in the critical moment, it did its job. After seeing Yi Xian leave, the sect leader and the elders of Shen sect present felt very complicated inside. Who could have predicted that Shen sect would have another prodigy at this turning point? The sect leader watched Yi Xian walk away, feeling thoughtful deep down, lost in contemplation. A few days ago, Shen Divine Path suddenly issued a divine edict. It demanded that all its branches across the 4 wildernesses select their most promising direct disciples and send them to the Shen Divine Path for advanced training. Shen Divine Path hasn't opened the pathway to qualify for advanced learning in Central Wilderness Spirit Domain for ages. Although the Shen sect master isn't sure why Shen Divine Path suddenly gave out this edict. For Shen sect, this is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Yi Xian is still a bit too young. Once he passes the life and death trial and enters Shantian divine path, and sees a bigger world, he'll naturally understand our good intentions today. Yeah, Shantian divine path is full of geniuses, and there are countless stunning goddesses and warriors. I believe that by then, Yishan will know what choice is right for him. Hearing the elder's words, the Shantian sect master nodded slightly. If Yishan hadn't awakened his divine bone, and was this defiant against the sect, the elders and the sect master would have had to punish him to maintain the sect's reputation. He wouldn't escape punishment. But now, things are completely different. Yishan awakened his divine bone, and became one chosen by the gods. For geniuses, this world is always exceptionally forgiving. If you're not forgiven enough, it's just because you're not talented enough. Hope that with this opening of the divine path, our Shantian sect can score a great first victory. The sect master watched Yishan leave, quietly thinking to himself. Back at his place, Yishan didn't hesitate. He grabbed some stationery, and started writing another letter. Even though there are lots of transmission spells in this world, Yishan still feels that writing things out by hand better shows his sincerity. The key is, he wants his little wife to feel his real emotions. His golden finger awakened smoothly. Looks like my sweet talk still works on my girl. Now's the time to seize the moment. Strike while the iron's hot. Yishan just now used up all the luck points in the golden orb with that triple draw in the palace. I need to write another heartfelt letter, and get some luck from my little sweetheart. Yishan racked his brain, digging through every cheesy love quote online from his past life, and poured them all onto the paper. But as soon as the letter was done, he crumpled it up, burned it to ashes with his heavenly fire. No, I can't write it like this. Right now, she only has a little good impression of me. Things aren't clear between us yet. If I rush things, she's just going to think I'm being way too forward, and she'll get turned off. Yishan might not be a dating pro, but he's seen plenty of stuff like this online before. When things aren't there yet, pushing the relationship just backfires. Guess it's better to focus on caring first. With that decision made, Yishan started rewriting. He poured his thoughts onto the new letter, pretty much like before, all about encouraging Tantaming Yu to train well, and cheering her on. But this time, he also added a bunch of his own training insights and experiences. It was totally warm and inspiring. In the world of cultivation, scheming is everywhere. In this kind of environment, being genuine can be a killer move. Just as Yishan finished his letter, Uncle Yi got back from Muyun City. Seeing the fresh ink on Yishan's desk, Uncle Yi pulled a weird face. Young master, honestly, Uncle Yi has wanted to say something for so long. Because of our master-servant relationship, he always held back. But seeing Yishan so obsessed with Tantaming Yu, Uncle Yi feels he just has to speak up. Young master, even though Tantaming Yu is breathtaking, in the world of cultivators, power rules. Looks are just extra. As long as you become strong enough, you can easily marry any goddess you want. So why go against the elders' wishes? Even if you don't care what they think, what about Shantian sect? The sect master and elders won't really let you marry someone who isn't your equal. Awaken divine bone. Yishan's tone was calm. Just these 6 words felt like a bomb in Uncle Ye's ears. It blew his mind. Boom. What awakened bone? I awaken my divine bone. What divine bone? I awaken my divine bone. What kind of bone? Awakened? Buzz. The next second, golden divine lines appeared, tracing over all of Yishan's bones. Human divine bone. Young master really awakened it. Feeling that powerful energy inside, Uncle Yi finally got it. He was totally hyped. Excitement sparkled non-stop in his eyes. Having someone who awakened a divine bone means a lot. No one knows it better than those in the Yi family with the blood of gods. Now, am I qualified to decide my own marriage? Yishan's calm voice in Uncle Ye's ears sounded exactly like a decree from the heavens. Yes, yes, absolutely. Forget Tantaming Yu being a nobody, even if she was disabled. As long as young master likes her, no one in the Yi family will dare say a thing. Disabled? At that, Yishan's eyes turned weird. Do I have such a strange taste? He didn't realize that in Uncle Yi and the elders' eyes, choosing useless Tantaming Yu was just like picking someone disabled. No difference at all. I'll go back now and tell the family you awakened your divine bone. They'll be thrilled, I'm sure. Uncle Yi decided to head back first and notify the family, because he knew Yishan picking Tantaming Yu could bring huge pressure to their family branch. Letting news of Yishan's divine bone reach home ASAP will quiet things down there. Yishan got what Uncle Yi was thinking. And since he's heading to the family anyway, he might as well take my letter to Muyun City. and hand it to Tantei Mingyu personally. Uncle Yi, still excited just now, suddenly looked weird again. He's a 7-star martial master, one of the strongest in Jiang country. But now he's stuck working as a courier, passing love letters between two teens. On top of that, he just got home from Muyun City, and Yi Xian already wrote another letter. If you know they're engaged, fine. But if not, you'd think the two of them already had an affair, and secretly pledged themselves to each other. Jiang country's Yi family in Yi Guanhai, just look. This is your good son. He's actually going against the family's decision to secretly get engaged to someone like Tantei Mingyue, such a loser. Don't you realize the consequences of doing this? Inside the Yi clan's ancestral hall, the third elder's branch aggressively attacked Yi Xian's father. Third elder, you're mistaken. Xianer already has a marriage agreement with Tantei Mingyue. So how could this be a secret engagement? He just doesn't want to break our ancestors' promise. He's only breaking off the engagement without thinking it through. Yi Xian's father argues hard to defend him. But deep down he also doesn't understand why his son would go against the family just to protect Tantei Mingyue, who's basically worthless and can't cultivate. Shen sect has decided to let Yi Xian start the life and death trial. This involves the Shen divine path. So before they opened the trial, Shen sect specially sent someone to drop a hint. As the young sect master of Shen sect, he absolutely must stay clear of scandal. Even if it's a fiancé who's lost all cultivation. Our Yi clan has waited for this marriage for years. Finally, we got a genius. If Yi Xian can study the Shen divine path, then our clan's dream to return to the central wilderness would finally come true as well. The elders of the Yi clan all agree about Yi Xian getting promoted to young sect master. They won't allow any mistakes. Even the usually quiet and calm grand elder, who's always cool-headed, can't help but speak up. Guanhai, Yi Xian actually went too far on this. Our Yi clan's been weak for years. We really need someone, a strong person who can hold up the family. If Yi Xian can unlock the Divine Valley Sigil and become a direct disciple of Shen sect. Now, Shen sect is even willing to open the life and death trial for him, intending to help him enter the Shen divine path. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for the Yi clan. The whole Yi clan is waiting for the family to produce another supreme expert. At such a crucial moment, how can a little sympathy hold us back? Compared to the third elder's intense argument, the grand elder is clearly more rational. Yi Xian has worked hard since he was a kid. He never slacked off in cultivation. He would never be distracted by just beauty like the third elder's branch said. This isn't about being tempted by a pretty face. This concerns Yi Xian's future. We elders ought to help him out, so he can take control of his life again. In the grand elder's mind, Yi Xian probably just thinks tearing up an engagement suddenly is kind of cruel to Tantei Mingyue, so he feels a bit guilty. That's all the sympathy there is. Those who want great things can't be held back by minor stuff like this. It's the grand elder, Xianer, and Yi Guanhai still wants to say something, but the grand elder cuts him off right away. Enough, Guanhai. No need to say more. Yi Xian's issues. Let me and the Shen sect elders worry about it. You don't have to stress over him anymore. The grand elder makes the call right then. Even Yi Guanhai is willing but can't do much. But in Yi Guanhai's eyes, you can still see he's worried. When Xianer makes up his mind, nothing can change it. It happens that both Shen sect and the Yi clan have this attitude. Just hope they won't clash over this, or break apart. Just as Yi Guanhai was full of worry, suddenly, a streak of light flashed down over the Yi clan. It's the young master's Shen spiritual talisman, though it can boost my speed a lot. With my current cultivation, using this talisman is still pushing it. As the light faded, Uncle Yi walked over, looking really tired. This divine talisman was given by Yi Xian for his trip to Muyun City, to deliver the letter to Tantei Mingyue on time. Before Uncle Yi left for the Yi clan, Yi Xian added more divine power to it. With Yi Xian's status as an awakened grandmaster, Uncle Yi, a 7-star great martial master, clearly struggled to handle its power. Uncle Yi, you've come at the right time. The family sent you to deliver a message to break Yi Xian's engagement with Tantei Mingyue. But you hid Yi Xian's trip to Muyun City from us, and did something so absurd. As soon as Uncle Yi appeared, he faced the collective rage of the clan elders. She is just a useless girl. How could you give her so many rare treasures? Do you know that in our family, very few of our own disciples get to use such spirit herbs and medicine? Yet Yi Xian took it upon himself to give them to a nobody. Uncle Yi, how do you explain this? The third elder's faction lashed out wildly, their faces twisted in such fury. It seemed as if Yi Xian had committed a grave sin against them. Uncle Yi knew exactly why they were so angry. Though the Yi clan left the Middle Barrens years ago, within the Jiang kingdom, they remain a great clan on par with royalty. Yi Guanhai's lineage was once obscure, but thanks to Yi Xian's rise, the father's status rose with the son. More importantly, during Yi Xian's ascent over the years, many young members of the Yi clan became stepping stones for his success. The third elder's faction suffered the most. His 2 sons and 3 grandsons all missed opportunities because of Yi Xian. In the past, as the clan's star genius and a candidate for Shantian Sec's young master, the third elder could do nothing. But now, Yi Xian is defying the entire clan for the sake of a useless fiancé. Crucially, his actions have harmed the entire Yi clan and even offended the masters of Shantian sect. The third elder's faction naturally jumped in to kick him while he was down. I, Uncle Yi, have come today, on behalf of the young master, to deliver a message to all the elders here. Humph. If it's a message, why didn't he come himself? Could it be that he's aware of his shameful deeds and is too afraid to face the clan's wrath? The third elder sneered. However, Uncle Yi remained perfectly calm. The young master predicted this correctly. Yi Xian knew the third elder's true face. Clearly, after 18 years since his rebirth, he had already anticipated that. Once his refusal to break the engagement was known, the third elder's faction wouldn't let it go. So before Uncle Yi departed, Yi Xian gave him another divine talisman. Uncle Yi didn't waste any words. Before everyone in the Yi clan, he crushed the talisman in midair. In the next second, Yi Xian's projection appeared from the talisman. I know many in the clan are unhappy that I am keeping my engagement. Today, I sent Uncle Yi with a message to tell you all just one thing. As soon as Yi Xian finished speaking, a majestic aura erupted from him. Divine light shone brightly, and countless divine runes surfaced across his entire body. The divine bone. It is the divine bone. Yi Xian has awakened his divine bone. As descendants of ancient gods, no one knows better than the Yi clan what an awakened divine bone truly means. At this moment, every member of the Yi clan watching stood there in total shock. Even Yi Xian's father, Yi Guanhai, felt as if he'd been struck by lightning and froze on the spot. The ancestral hall fell into a deep silence. You could hear a pin drop. In the absolute quiet, the grand elder's breath quickened. With veins bulging on his hands, he grabbed the man behind him. The stunned Yi Guanhai. Guanhai, our clan's leadership has been vacant. Would you like to become the head of the Yi clan? As soon as the grand elder spoke, everyone present was stunned. He had ruled the clan for nearly a century. If Yi Guanhai became the head, it would mean a total shift in power. But on second thought, everyone understood immediately. Yi Xian has awakened his divine bone. The chance the clan waited years for is here. A person with an awakened divine bone is destined to walk the path of the ancient greats. A divine awakener. How many years has it been since our clan last saw an awakened divine bone? After a brief silence, cheers of excitement erupted in the hall. Many were moved to tears. Those who once resented Yi Guanhai because of Yi Xian's engagement all turned to congratulate him. Congratulations, clan leader. Our best wishes, clan leader. Yi Xian is so young yet has awakened the bone. He will surely be our clan's peerless master. With Yi Xian's natural talent and his newly awakened divine bone, he can choose any fiancé he wants. No, even the Shantian sect won't dare to blame the Yi clan now. The weight of a divine awakener is enough to shatter all worldly chains. Even in the Shantian sect, it's the same. The leader has raised such a genius for us. He truly deserves the title of clan head. The crowd that was just united in condemning Yi Xian suddenly shifted to support Yi Guanhai. The third elder's faction felt the harsh sting of the world's fickleness. The father truly rose through his son. Seeing his rival's glory and pride surrounded by the crowd, the third elder burned with intense jealousy. Why? How did Yi Guanhai get such a brilliant son? Looking at his own useless descendants, the third elder's face twisted in rage. Fake. This is all fake. Uncle Yi, do you think a mere projection can fool everyone? You might fool the grand elder and all the clansmen here, but you can't fool me. Unless Yi Xian stands before me right now and lets me verify his divine bone, I will never believe he has awakened it. 1,000 years ago, after the strength within our clan was withered by that nameless curse, for all these years, no matter how brilliant our geniuses were, none could ever awaken it again. How could a boy like him succeed? Watching the crazed third elder, the clan members quickly moved away. Even his own faction stared at him as if he were a madman. What's with those looks? I'm not crazy. I'm just telling the truth. Seeing everyone turn against him, the bloodlust in the third elder's eyes grew. He glared at Yi Guanhai with pure hatred. It's all because of you. Yi Guanhai. You are just a lowly member of a side branch. What makes him qualified to be the head of the Yi family? He can't accept that all his years of hard work still can't compare to Yi Guanhai just having a great son. What frustrates him even more is why this good son wasn't his own. You deserve to die, Yi Guanhai. You deserve to die. The third elder's whole aura exploded. He suddenly lunged at Yi Guanhai. At that critical moment, a giant cage dropped from the sky, locking the third elder in midair. It was the Grand Elder and the other Yi family elders who acted. Yi Xian awakened the Divine Valley. That's a once-in-a-millennium miracle for the Yi family. The Grand Elder personally named Yi Guanhai as the clan leader. To use the power of family bonds. To tie the Yi family and Yi Xian, this amazing person, closely together. Such a huge family matter. How can it change just because of one crazy third elder? It can't be ruined by that. The third elder suddenly went mad, broke the rules, and attacked the clan leader without warning. His elder title must be stripped. He's to be imprisoned in the purgatory of stars, and burned by fire. His soul will not be destroyed, and he can't escape. Out of mercy for the third elder's followers, the death penalty can be spared, but they're ordered to leave the ancestral grounds within a day. The rest of their lives will be spent trapped in purgatory. As soon as the Grand Elder announced this, all the elders of the Yi clan instantly agreed. The Yi family finally got someone like Yi Xian, a true prodigy. How could they let one third elder ruin the future of the whole Yi family? As for those exiled to fiery purgatory, well, that's just fate. These people had always made things hard for Yi Guanhai and his son, on the third elder's orders. Now that Yi Guanhai is leader, those people were an eyesore in the clan anyway. Might as well punish them all with the third elder. Out of sight, out of mind. Facing such a united family, the third elder's followers felt wronged. But even though they wanted to protest, they were powerless. Compared to Yi Xian, awaken with divine power, and definitely a rising star. Honestly, they're even angrier at the third elder. If it wasn't for the third elder being so crazy, and attacking the new leader Yi Guanhai in public, they wouldn't be suffering right now. That old madman brought fiery punishment on himself. And now we have to get exiled to purgatory too. At least we won't suffer the pain of burning like he will, with our souls destroyed. But for the rest of our lives, we'll just be prisoners. The real problem is that they're Yi family direct bloodline, in this huge ancestral land. So from now on, their branch and all their descendants will never again claim to be the Yi family's main line. They'll lose all their status, not even as good as ordinary outer clan members. All because this crazy old guy dragged them down. Let him burn in purgatory for his crimes. Burn to death alive. Best if his soul is wiped out too, with no chance at reincarnation. After 100 years without a clan leader, the Yi family finally welcomed a new one. Except those punished with exile, the whole Yi family was celebrating. But everyone knew deep down, the joy wasn't just from getting a new clan leader. It was because of Yi Xian, the one with awakened Divine Valley power. Uncle Yi, since you just got back, why not rest a few days with the clan? That way, I can ask you about Shuer. After the succession ceremony, Yi Guanhai looked like he wanted to chat with Uncle Yi all night. He was just an ordinary collateral member of the Yi clan. With his talent, becoming a steward in the clan in this life was already his limit. Who would have thought he'd get so lucky? Having a prodigy like Yi Xian as his child? Now he's been rising non-stop, and has become the head of the Yi clan. They say a mother always worries when her child is far away. It's the same for fathers. Yi Xian has been away from home for years, focused on cultivation at the Shantian sect. Uncle Yi is the only one in the clan who's always by Yi Xian's side. Of course, Yi Guanhai wants to know more about his son through Uncle Yi. He wants to get any info he can about his boy. But when Yi Guanhai asks him to stay, Uncle Yi looks troubled. Chief, it's not that I don't want to stay, but the young master has more important things for me to do. He's asked me to rush to Muyun City. Important things? Yi Guanhai looks surprised. Is anything more important than his father becoming clan chief? But as soon as he thinks of the words, Muyun City, a strange light comes to his eyes. Could it be, after Xianer awakened his Divine Valley, he finally figured things out, and decided to break off the engagement with Tan Tai Mingyue? Yeah, that makes sense. Xianer is the pride of the Yi clan, and now he's awakened the Divine Valley too. The Shantian sect will definitely invest more in him. He's probably already set to be the young sect master. That's practically guaranteed at this point. Someday, he'll join the Shantian divine path. As an extraordinary talent, he'll have no problem finding a goddess as a partner. Young people act rashly sometimes, and that's understandable. As long as he knows when to step back, he'll grow and mature eventually. Honestly, It was my failure as a father that hurt him. If I hadn't been powerless back then, and before Yi Xian's talent showed, the clan just wanted to fulfill an ancestral promise, and arranged his engagement to Tan Tai Mingyue. Yi Xian wouldn't have been mocked for the engagement. Now that I think about it, the Yi clan's marriage agreement with the Tan Tai family wasn't worth much from the start. Watching Yi Guanhai mutter self-blame to himself, Uncle Yi wanted to speak up several times, but he held back. Chief, the young master has his reasons for what he does. We just need to quietly support him from behind. That was something Uncle Yi always told himself inside, to keep himself going. But right now, he felt Yi Guanhai needed those words even more. Hopefully, when the chief knows the truth someday, he'll be able to let it go. Uncle Yi sneaks a look at Yi Guanhai. The Shen divine talisman on him flashes again, turning into a stream of light in an instant, and vanishes into the Yi clan. Muyun City. With all sorts of rare medicines provided by Yi Xian, the speed of the moonlight divine blood cleansing began increasing exponentially. Just a little more divine blood left, and your whole body will be completely purified. From then on, your cultivation will skyrocket. The mysterious woman from the ring rises up, protecting Tan Tai Mingyue's meridians with her soul remnant state, to keep the medicinal power from harming her. Watching as the energy surges, and Tan Tai Mingyue's whole body bursts with spiritual light, a faint trace of pride shows in the mysterious woman's eyes. Tan Tai Mingyue's talent is even better than she thought. A good pick to inherit her legacy. But compared to talent, it's Tan Tai Mingyue's nature that clearly earns the woman's favor. There's never a shortage of geniuses in cultivation. Many of them will stop at nothing for their own gain. But my disciple here is pure at heart, the kindest of all. Just for that alone, I must protect her for a lifetime. After seeing so much betrayal and scheming in the cultivation world, the mysterious woman actually prefers these honest qualities Tan Tai Mingyue has. Then, suddenly, Tan Tai Mingyue, as the energy floods in, lets out a soft moan. A blinding divine light surges through her body the next second. Tan Tai Mingyue finally breaks through her limits. Spiritual energy from all directions starts forming whirlpools around her, all drawn furiously to Tan Tai Mingyue. First, it was just her room. Then the whole courtyard she lived in. Then finally, the phenomenon even spread above all of Muyun City. What's going on? Why is all the spiritual energy in Muyun City gathering above the Tan Tai home? Who's causing such a heavenly event? As the vortex above their heads got bigger and bigger, everyone in Muyun City was in shock. The Tan Tai family looked even more confused. Everyone looked toward where the energy was gathering. It seemed to be coming from Tan Tai Mingyue's courtyard. The Tan Tai clan head and the elders rushed over, all of them looking surprised. Tan Tai Mingyue? Wasn't he supposed to be crippled? How could he draw out such a huge phenomenon? Only a true prodigy would cause a spirit energy vortex like this. But clearly, Tan Tai Mingyue doesn't fit that description. Could it be that someone else is cultivating in his room? They reached Tan Tai Mingyue's door. The Tan Tai clan head and the elders all looked thoughtful. They stared at the tightly closed door. Could it be Yi Xian? Just then, an elder suddenly spoke up. Yi Xian? The Tan Tai clan head reacted. Yesterday, Yi Xian's letter, where he firmly backed Tan Tai Mingyue, had sparked rumors among the Tan Tai clan. People guessed maybe they were secretly close. Now after hearing the elder's words, and seeing the heavenly phenomenon above the house, the clan head felt more certain that the rumors weren't just baseless talk. Could it be Yi Xian causing the phenomenon in Tan Tai Mingyue's room? Is the one who made this happen really Yi Xian? Once that thought took root, a lot of stuff started to make sense to everyone. No wonder he's such a monster from the Yi clan. A prime candidate for young master of the Shantian sect. He can just casually summon a miracle like this. What a spirit energy event. Definitely a born genius. If my Tan Tai family could get such a son-in-law, our ancestors would be smiling down on us. How lucky we are. They showered him with endless flattery, not even noticing that several powerful forces in Muyun City had already zeroed in on the house. For such a small place like Muyun City, to have a monster like this? That's really rare. It's just not something you see every day. At a certain entrance somewhere in Muyun City, a ragged old man, with a big red nose picking his nose, sitting on the steps. His hazy drunken eyes suddenly glowed. At the same time, outside Muyun City, a middle-aged man in a gray robe, carrying a sword on his back, glanced coolly at the energy vortex above the city. Just gave it a look. A phenomenon like this. There must be an incredible genius born here. This is a blessing for my Yushan sword sect. As soon as he finished speaking, the sword on his back turned into a flash of sword light, and he vanished along with the man. Outside Tan Tai Mingyue's room, The Tantai clan head and all the elders were anxiously waiting at the door. A peerless prodigy of the Night Clan, chosen candidate for Shantian Sect's young sect leader. Right now, there's just one door between them and us. If we're lucky. If we can connect with him. Thinking of that, the Tantai clan leader and their elders all got excited. To not disturb Yixian, Tantai clan leader gave a direct order. Except the elders and the clan leader. Everyone else must not approach Tantai Mingyue's courtyard. Time ticks by, second by second. The spiritual energy above Tantai Mingyue's yard slowly calmed down. The Wantai clan leader and surrounding elders all perked up. Is it finally over? If the phenomenon keeps going, they wouldn't know when Yixian would show up. Just then, squeak. The door opened. Tantai Mingyue walked out. Tantai clan leader and everyone else present all looked excited, like they were waiting for something. But after waiting a long time, they still didn't see Yixian. Where is everyone? Who's here? Tantai Mingyue said calmly. Yixian, isn't he in your room? That strange phenomenon should have been caused by him. When the Tantai clan said this, Tantai Mingyue frowned. So, in their eyes, Tantai Mingyue is just someone who, through marriage, brings good luck to the clan. They never once thought that the one causing the phenomenon was the Tantai Mingyue they've ignored for 10 years. That useless one. Then suddenly, a streak of light came down. It was Uncle Yi, bringing a message. Congrats, Miss Mingyue, for breaking through. Causing such an incredible phenomenon. You must have gained a lot. Seeing Tantai Mingyue, totally different from yesterday. Uncle Yi was stunned inside. Young master really knows how to pick them. Uncle Yi remembers his first visit to the Tantai family. Back then, Tantai Mingyue was someone with no cultivation. But now, not even a whole day later, Tantai Mingyue has caused such a terrifying phenomenon. This kind of event might even rival the young master, who hasn't awakened yet. She's almost on par. The key is, no one believed in Tantai Mingyue before. Only Yixian always had faith in her. Now it's clear. The young master must have seen her potential early on. His insight is truly beyond ordinary people. Uncle Yi was deeply shocked, and didn't even notice the Tantai clan leader nearby, nor the Tantai clan elders, who were stunned by his congratulations. In total shock. What does that mean? So the person who caused the phenomenon wasn't Yixian. It was Tantai Mingyue. But wasn't she supposed to be useless? The conversation between Uncle Yi and Tantai Mingyue. They heard every word. They heard it all loud and clear. But the clearer it was, the Tantai clan leader and elders behind him were all even more shocked. How could that girl, locked up for 10 years, cause such a terrifying spiritual vortex over Muyun City? Such frightening spiritual energy. That strange event just now was really caused by you? The Tantai clan leader still can't quite accept it. The elders from all the families around were even more so. They're all waiting for Tantai Mingyue to admit it herself. But Tantai Mingyue didn't pay them any attention. He turned to look at Uncle Yi nearby. You've come back again, respected envoy. Is it for what happened yesterday? After Uncle Yi left yesterday, Tantai Mingyue calmed down. He thought about a lot of things. He had never met Yixian before. Yet Yixian helped him so much. It just shows Yixian is honest and trustworthy by nature. It's not because of Tantai Mingyue himself. After understanding that, Tantai Mingyue stopped being so impulsive. Even if Yixian is trustworthy and wants to help me, our status is just too different. Even though my cultivation is restored now, he's still the brightest genius in the Yi clan. The candidate for young sect master of Shantian sect. Whether it's Yi clan or Shantian sect, neither would let someone like Yixian marry someone with low power and low family background like Tantai Mingyue. The powerful medicines in my storage ring have already been refined by my master's divine power. I've completed the divine blood cleansing. Even if the Yi clan takes back the ring and breaks off my marriage with Yixian, I won't lose anything. At this point, Tantai Mingyue didn't think anymore about challenging Yixian or about getting back master's honor. Yixian's actions already prove he's honest and trustworthy, and a person of integrity. If Tantai Mingyue kept challenging Yixian over things like this, he'd challenge Yixian again. It's not just that Tantai Mingyue couldn't get past it himself. He'd already lost morally. This is the storage ring Yixian gave me yesterday, with several plants of powerful medicine I've refined inside. Once I finish cultivating, I'll return it to him. As for the marriage, Tantai Mingyue had just started to say, when Uncle Yi pushed the ring back. I really don't deserve the title of envoy. I'm just the errand guy at the young master's side. A simple runner. As for the ring, the young master never takes back what he gives out. That's not our way. He seemed to notice Tantai Mingyue's inner worry, and Uncle Yi added another sentence at the end. Both Yi clan and Shantian sect already approved the young master's decision. No need to worry about the marriage. Wait, what? Yi clan and Shantian sect actually agreed? Tantai Mingyue just restored his cultivation recently. The news hadn't spread yet. Under these circumstances, Yi clan and Shantian sect wouldn't let Yi Xian choose a girl who couldn't even cultivate as his wife. Young master has awakened the divine valley. He's about to enter the life or death trial soon. These are the cultivation notes the young master asked me to pass on. Hope they help you. Looking at the letter Uncle Yi handed over, Tantai Mingyue was frozen, stunned. Yi Xian awakened divine valley? The Tantai family head nearby, and its elders, were deeply shocked. Words can't describe it anymore. Yi Xian's talent was already overwhelming among the young generation, enough to take your breath away. Now he's awakened the divine power. He became someone extraordinary. In the future, not just in the southern wilderness, even in the central domain, Yi Xian's talent will stand out. Compared to the shocked elders around, Tantai Mingyue felt completely different. He just had his master's divine blood cleansing, and restored his cultivation. He thought pretty soon he could catch up to Yi Xian. But Yi Xian went and awakened Divine Valley right away. No wonder, no wonder. Shantian sect and Yi clan give him so much freedom. Someone so extraordinary can break most of the rules in this world. Even Yi clan and Shantian sect can't stop him. But compared to Yi Xian's awakening Divine Valley, Uncle Ye's last words hit Tantai Mingyue even harder. He had thought Yi Xian wouldn't stand up to the pressure from Yi clan and Shantian sect. So they sent someone to ask for the ring and cancel the marriage. Nobody expected what they sent was Yi Xian's cultivation experience notes. He just had divine blood cleansing and broke through to the ancient stage. Right now he needed to stabilize his powers. Yi Xian's notes were just what he needed. They were like a timely gift. Even though Tantai Mingyue had already thought it through yesterday, right now she couldn't help her heart. Her fiancé is actually pretty decent. Even the mysterious woman, who never compliments anyone, spoke from inside the ring with emotion. Awakening Divine Valley finally makes him worthy of my student. But what happens next depends on their own fate. Tantai Mingyue felt her heart burning like never before. These notes really do help me a lot. After I get back, please thank him for me. If Tantai Mingyue hadn't just broken through and gotten full control of her body, she would have blushed right there. Since the letter reached you, Uncle Yi will take his leave now. Uncle Yi could sense two powerful auras approaching, but neither aura felt hostile. It must have been that celestial event earlier, which drew the attention of Jiang country's experts. Whenever a genius awakens, there are always strong masters coming to take them as students. In Uncle Ye's view, this was Tantai Mingyue's own opportunity. As a member of Yi clan staying here, it would just make things awkward. Plus, since Yi Xian's mission is done, Uncle Yi doesn't need to stay any longer. As the Shantian Divine Spirit talisman glowed, Uncle Yi disappeared from Tantai Mingyue's sight. After Uncle Yi left, Tantai family head and his elders, one by one, felt embarrassed, wishing they could just crawl into a hole. It was Tantai Yu who triggered her potential, causing that heavenly phenomenon, but they thought it was Yi Xian. Just as the Tantai family head was about to speak, to break the awkwardness, Tantai Mingyue suddenly spoke up. Tantai family supported me for 10 years. But in these 10 years, you used my engagement to Yi clan to secure quite a lot of mine resources in Muyun City. Thanks to ties with Yi clan, Tantai family barely got messed with in Muyun City. Few dared challenge them. Even families stronger than Tantai had to think about Yi clan and Shantian sect when fighting for mine resources. Ming girl, we're all family. No need to keep accounts so clear. Yeah, that's right. What's the family's is yours. As long as you want, Ming girl. Tomorrow, we'll have 1/10 of the treasures from the family vault all sent to you. Yi Xian is already someone extraordinary, and Tantai Mingyue brought the heavenly phenomenon today. The Tantai family head and his elders are sparing no effort to win over Tantai Mingyue. They're really giving it their all. But next second, Tantai Mingyue bit her finger. A streak of blood slashes across the sky. Tantai Mingyue. From today, all ties with the Tantai family are severed. From now on, anything about the Tantai family has nothing to do with me. I have no connection to you anymore. Boom. Tantai Mingyue. As soon as these words were spoken, Tantai family head and the elders present were struck like thunder. Their faces changed dramatically. Ming, you can't. Without Tantai Mingyue. Without the marriage alliance with the Yi clan. In the days ahead, how will the Tantai family enjoy any privileges in Muyun City? And today, Tantai Mingyue even triggered unusual phenomena. Her talent is terrifying. If she'd fight for the family, the Tantai family might still have a shot at becoming a powerful clan like the Yi clan. The family head wants to step forward and plead. But right at that moment, a powerful sword light descends from the sky. A middle-aged man in a long robe slowly walks out of the sword light. I am Yang Ming, sword leader of Jade Mountain. Are you willing to join the Jade Mountain Sword Sect and become my disciple? Boom! The sword leader's words struck the family head like thunder, burned his insides. Jade Mountain Sword Sect. That's the top sect in Jiang Nation. The sword leader is one of the strongest among the 10 grandmasters in Jiang Nation. He came here himself to recruit a student from the Tantai family. This isn't quite as weighty as the Yi clan marriage alliance, but in Jiang Nation's territory, it's enough to intimidate all would-be troublemakers. The elders of Tantai family started to panic. Their faces were flushed. Tantai Mingyue shows more talent. They become even more anxious. She's such an exceptional prodigy. How can they let her leave the family so easily? While the family head was desperately thinking how to win Tantai Mingyue back, suddenly, a chicken leg bone struck the sword light of the sword leader. The sword light shattered instantly. The whole Tantai family was enveloped by a terrifying pressure. Jade Mountain, always so impatient. The speaker was an old drunkard with a red nose. The moment everyone saw him, the sword leader's face changed sharply. Elder Qikong. Why is he here in Muyun City? Even though Jade Mountain Sword Sect is the strongest in Jiang Nation, and the sword leader is top rank among 10 grandmasters, but Elder Qikong is formidable too. He used to be a lone cultivator, and accidentally got a martial inheritance. Then he just kept rising. Not only is he also a 10 grandmaster with the sword leader, his rank is even higher than the sword leader's. He outranks him. Remember when we entered the martial secret realm together? For the inherited treasure. It chose me, not you. You got jealous and chased me everywhere to take your Jade Mountain Sword Sect. I hid for 200 years, sword leader. Never expected. One mistake back then created today's greatest enemy for Jade Mountain Sword Sect. All these years, Elder Qikong has fought Jade Mountain Sword Sect at every turn. On top of being a rogue cultivator, he rallied other loose martial artists in Jiang Nation, formed a powerful group called Qimong. Their battles with Jade Mountain Sword Sect are fierce. Elder Qikong is so strong. Even the sword leader can't handle him. You even want to compete with me over recruiting disciples? Elder Qikong smiled. The sword leader gripped his blade, looking ready to fight at any moment. About to start, Elder Qikong grinned. He was always a rogue cultivator. All his talents came from survival fights. And he leads the Qimong group. So he's not afraid of Jade Mountain Sword Sect. Sensing their overwhelming aura, the family head and the elders were scared out of their minds. Both of them are among Jiang Nation's strongest 10 grandmasters. If they really fight above the Tantai family estate, forget the Tantai family. Even the whole city of Muyun could go down with it. Right as a clash was about to happen, a pitch-black ruler crashed down from the sky, knocked the two back 100 yards. What just happened? What was that just now? Elder Qikong and the sword leader are both top-ranked grandmasters in Jiang Nation. Yet a ruler forced them back. The scene before them, not just the Tantai family head and the elders behind him, found it unbelievable. Even Elder Qikong and the swordmaster of Yushan felt the same. Who are you? How dare you offend both the Yushan Sword Sect and Qimong? Have you thought about the consequences? Just moments ago, Qikong and Yushan were at each other's throats. Now they're suddenly standing together, teaming up as one. Yushan Sword Sect and Qimong. Maybe in Jiang country, we're kind of a big deal. But in all of South Wilds, we're nothing. That mysterious voice from the sky made Elder Qikong and the Yushan swordsmen's faces turn red. But truth be told, what he said was facts. Jiang is just one of many mortal countries in the South Wilds. Compared to those superpowers in the South Wilds, Yushan Sword Sect and Qimong are nothing. Barely a drop in the bucket. Who exactly are you? The Yushan swordsman's face was frosty, but his tone had lost its earlier edge. You're not worthy of knowing my name. Not just you all. Even that old monster from the Jiang royal family would beat it if he saw me. Hearing this, the faces of the Yushan swordsman and Elder Qikong changed drastically. Top 10 grandmasters of Jiang. That old guy from the Jiang royal family. No matter who's around, he's always number one. It's because of him Jiang has stayed standing all these years. That's quite the statement. Don't you think that's a little arrogant? Qimong and Yushan Sword Sect have been suppressed by the Jiang royal family for years. At the root of it, it's because Elder Qikong and the Yushan swordsman Can't beat that old guy in the royal family. Still, as for the old guy's strength, they do truly admire him. But that mysterious voice's owner seemed full of contempt. In the Jiang royal family, that old man is called Wu. A grandmaster, but his strength is almost at the martial king level. Once he becomes a martial king, not just in Jiang, but even in the South Wilds, he'd be a major force. Ugh, enough talking. The one with the mysterious voice clearly didn't want to waste time. A giant phantom hand slowly formed. It felt like the whole world was in his grasp, commanding the heavens. He's a martial king at the airborne stage. The Yushan swordsman looked terrified. Elder Qikong broke out in a cold sweat. Both turned to run, not daring to stick around. Looking at this scene, the Tantai family head and elders nearly dropped their jaws. Martial king, airborne stage. Such strength, they could hardly believe it. That someone so strong would show up in Little Muyin City. Before anyone could figure out what was going on, a refined figure appeared out of nowhere. Suddenly appeared beside Tantai Mingyue. Those two martial masters aren't worthy of you. I'm Ming Fantian. Would you like to become my student? Join my Star Academy. His light words left Tantai and the elders totally stunned. And the elders behind him, completely dumbfounded. Star Academy. Famed alongside the Shenyang sect in South Wilds. My god, it's really Star Academy. They personally came all the way to Muyin to recruit. The power from the Sword Master and Elder Qikong had drawn many martial artists from around Muyin City. And now, this figure, the mysterious master who made Yushan and Qikong back down, was actually from Star Academy. Suddenly, they were all shocked. Star Academy has come to personally recruit. That's real good fortune for the Tantai family. Pfft, what good fortune? Didn't Tantai Mingyue just say she's leaving the family? Who would have thought? The girl called a useless nobody in Muyin for 10 years would suddenly rise today. Tantai Mingyue ignored the jealous stares around her. His gaze locked, calmly looking at Fantian. Are you interested in my talents? Or are you after the Shantian divine Dao behind Yixian? When Handan Mingyue said this, the Tantai family head, and the elders behind him, turned pale with fright. This person here is actually a martial king from Star Academy. If they make him mad, forget just the Tantai family. Even the whole Jiang country could end up in trouble. The Tantai family head kept winking at Tantai Mingyue. But Tantai Mingyue didn't react at all. Fantian, though confronted by Mingyue, looked a little awkward. He really was here. Not just because of Tantai Mingyue and the phenomenon she caused. Yixian will unlock the Divine Valley. Even without the life and death trial, she'll eventually enter the Divine Dao for training. Even though Star Academy is a top power alongside Shenyang sect and South Wilds, their backing is nothing like Shantian Divine Dao. If they could use Tantai Mingyue, because of her connection to Yixian, and link up with Shantian Divine Dao, that could only benefit Star Academy's future in South Wilds. There's nothing to lose. Yushan Swordmaster and Elder Qikong earlier were after the same benefit. But to Fantian, they weren't qualified. Since you've figured it out, I'll be upfront. I want to bring you into Star Academy. Yes, I have my motives. But I do respect your talents. You caused a phenomenon, after all. You have quite the gift. Your future may not outshine Yixian, but won't be far behind. The key is, this deal, for Star Academy, is a win-win. You can't lose. Whether it's your rise, or the Shantian Divine Dao behind Yixian, it all benefits Star Academy. Now that you left your family, you've given up all their support. If you join us, Star Academy, I can promise you all kinds of resources. Whatever you want, you'll get. And once you succeed, Star Academy will never hold you back. Fantian was laying all his cards out. This open attitude, Tantai Mingyue liked it. Feeling Fantian and Star Academy's sincerity, Tantai Mingyue smiled slightly. Students' greetings. Compared to all the schemers in the Tantai family, Tantai Mingyue much preferred people who are straightforward, laying out all interests clearly, and acting honorably. Besides, Star Academy is a big power in the South Wilds. With the Academy's support and resources, Tantai Mingyue will only rise faster. But most importantly, she wants to catch up to Yixian as soon as possible. A mere peak 9-star martial king. For your current stage, he might be of some help. But to be your mentor, he's still lacking. Hearing the mysterious woman's complaints from the ring, Tantai Mingyue smiled helplessly. Given the mysterious woman's temper, if the Yushan swordsman, old man Akazora, actually took him as a disciple, she'd probably charge out of the ring in a heartbeat and slay them all with her sword. But the mysterious woman was just venting inside the ring. Tantai Mingyue's cultivation is now restored, and she needs a power to lean on to grow. With the protection of Xingdou Academy, for Tantai Mingyue, the pros outweigh the cons. That's why despite her sharp tongue, she secretly allowed Tantai Mingyue to agree. Next, accompanied by Fan Tian, Tantai Mingyue packed up the things she needed to take from the family. I suffered in this family for 10 long years. Yet in the end, there's so little to take. Tantai Mingyue suddenly felt the irony. Despite it being her own family, she felt no attachment at all. The Tantai family tried to stop her several times, but were all intimidated by Fan Tian's powerful aura. Watching Tantai Mingyue leave with the academy experts and depart from Muyun City, those in Muyun City, the martial family suppressed by the Tantais for years, all began to celebrate. Ha ha ha, Tantai Bigang. Your Tantai family relied on the Yi family's engagement to hog all the benefits in Muyun City for years. Now, it's time to pay it back. Evil deeds lead to one's own ruin. Your Tantai family was so arrogant in Muyun City back then. Today, I'll make sure you're just as miserable. Heh. You didn't nurture your own family's genius, only thinking of using outside power to seize resources. Ending up like this today is exactly what the Tantai family deserves. Utterly helpless. Facing the siege of the martial families in Muyun City, the entire Tantai family was terrified. The family originally had a peerless genius who could rival Yi Xian, but they threw it all away themselves. At this very moment, the Tantai family was filled with deep regret. Losing Tantai Mingyue meant losing the engagement with the Yi family. The Tantai family's strength, in the context of Muyun City, was only at a mid-tier level. Facing Muyun City's joint attack from so many martial families, the Tantai family's downfall was certain. Shantian sect, Blue Desolate region, gained favor from Tantai Mingyue. Dao Luck +7. Dao Luck +7. Dao Luck +11. Feeling the skyrocketing favor from his little wife, Yi Xian felt that in his 18 years since rebirth, he had simply been wasting his time. A delicious bowl of soft rice was right before him, and yet he didn't know how to cherish it. Luckily, Yi Xian didn't wait until it was lost to regret it. It seems this wave of heartfelt insights really hit the spot for his little wife. To think that in one go, she'd give me so much Dao Luck. Looking at his previously spent Dao Luck from the 3 consecutive draws, it was now refilled, reaching over 400 points. Yi Xian's eyes crinkled with joy. 4 whole chances for luck draws. But the moment his finger reached for the pointer, he hesitated again. Yi Xian was truly traumatized by those 2 scammy draws. Back in the main hall, if all 4 chances turned out to be thank you or empty boxes, he'd really have nowhere to cry. Fear for what? Fortune favors the bold and starves the timid. Anyway, my little wife's favor for me is still steadily rising.
Even if all 4 draws are total fails, as long as I keep boosting her favorability, I'll have plenty of chances to draw again. Once he realized this, the last bit of hesitation in the Zhuan's eyes completely vanished. With a light flick of his finger, the lottery pointer began to spin rapidly. His eyes were glued to the spinning needle. 400 points of Dao Luck, every single draw, is a chance to change his fate. Finally, as the pointer came to a stop, a golden treasure chest burst open, right before the Zhuan's eyes. It's a Dao fruit. The Zhuan was overjoyed. He had just awakened his god bone yesterday, and didn't expect to get another fruit so soon. I wonder how much more my god bone will evolve if I consume this one too. The Zhuan thought to himself. Awakening isn't the end of the road. With each subsequent evolution, the one who awakened the god bone will gain even more incredible divine power. Awakened bones vary in strength. The more complete the evolution, the stronger the user's future power. Many top prodigies in the central realm are said to have god bones that have already evolved to an absolutely mind-blowing level. Some have even unlocked their full god bone, rivaling the power of ancient true gods. My current god bone trait has only just awakened. It's barely at 10% evolution. However, the Zhuan didn't rush to eat the fruit. Instead, he tapped the pointer to keep drawing. Of the next 3 chances, one was a better luck next time. One was empty, but the last one was lucky. The Zhuan managed to get another Dao fruit. Now I have 2 Dao fruits in hand. That should be enough for 2 more evolutions. The Zhuan didn't hesitate for a second. He tapped the golden orb to extract the Dao fruit's energy. As the fruit's power surged into his body, the boundless will of the Dao began to flow through his limbs and into his entire being. Under the impact of this power, the god bone began to react. Golden patterns began to etch themselves upon it. As the golden lines formed, surges of majestic divine power erupted from within the Zhuan's body. Under this divine influence, his recently reached martial ancestor realm began to rise at a visible speed. In the blink of an eye, he went from 1-star to 1-star peak. But the Godbone's power didn't stop. The Zhuan's cultivation level climbed from 1-star peak all the way up to 3-star martial ancestor. He jumped 3 minor realms instantly. Warrior, Master, Grandmaster, Ancestor. These stages of qualitative change are known as major realms. The star levels within each rank are called minor realms. Even though this Dao fruit only jumped him 3 minor realms, normally it would take half a year of hard cultivation to achieve that. The key is, it wasn't just his rank that improved, but also his internal god bone. This single Dao fruit pushed his evolution straight to 20%. His divine power became denser and stronger. In a real fight, even a 9-star ancestor might lose to me. This is the pride of a god awakened. With the god bone's blessing, they're nearly invincible in the same rank. And as the god bone continues to evolve, fighting those at higher ranks won't be difficult for the Zhuan at all. Boom! Just as the Zhuan was immersed in the growth of his god bone and cultivation level, a sudden thunderclap roared overhead. What's going on? Why is there a tribulation inside the sect? Did an elder just have a breakthrough? The disciples of the Zhuanshan sect were all drawn to the storm clouds above. What a terrifying tribulation! In just 3 breaths, its power has increased tenfold. Watching the clouds expand over the sect, the Zhuanshan sect master and the elders all frowned in concern. Looking at the direction of the clouds, it's over the tide listening pavilion. The sect master's expression changed. That pavilion is a high-grade sanctuary. Only core disciples are allowed to live there. And currently in the Zhuanshan sect, the only core disciple is the Zhuan. Did his god bone evolve again? Elder Zhuanjing's eyes trembled. Normal breakthroughs don't cause this. Only in very rare circumstances does cultivation provoke the heavens to send down a tribulation. No, it can't be this fast. Elder Zhuanyu looked suspicious. Under normal conditions, a newly awakened god bone won't evolve again so soon. He only awakened it yesterday. How could it possibly evolve again already? Unless... The sect master thought of something, and his face became extremely grave. A god awaken's bone doesn't evolve easily, except for one specific case. The reincarnation of a true god. In the great desolate realms, every 10,000 years, a true god descends to the world. These reincarnated beings can awaken their god bone with ease, and their evolution speed is far beyond any normal genius. Legend says Goddess Xiao is a reincarnated true god. She unlocked her full bone at a young age and became a Saint Realm expert. The sect master felt a sense of awe. A Saint Realm expert, even in the central desolate realm, is powerful enough to establish their own sect. And Goddess Xiao is only 19 years old. Even her own Dao master constantly praises her incredible talent. She's the most likely candidate to reach the true god realm. But she awakened her bone at age 3, and all historical reincarnations also awakened during their childhood. But the Zhuan, Elder Zhuanjin hesitated. The Zhuan's god bone only awakened in the main hall yesterday. This doesn't fit the reincarnation pattern. But if he's not a reincarnation, how did the Zhuan manage to evolve his bone again in one day? Just as the sect master and the elders were completely baffled, a giant golden hand shot up from the tide-listening pavilion and reached toward the thunderclouds. Rip, the clouds were torn to shreds, with lightning scattering like fleeing snakes. The Zhuanshan elders gasped in shock. The sect master's eyes twitched. Commanding the world, the might of a martial king. Clearly the Zhuan is no martial king, nor has he reached the skywriting realm. This is the power of his god bone. The god bone is a blessing, left by a true god to his descendants. The Zhuan is a god awakened. Even without the skywriting realm, the aura of his god bone can still make this world submit. That's why the golden hand rose and tore the thunder clouds apart. That the clan's true god was terrifying, the sect master sighed. A god awakens power depends on the true god's strength. The Xuan is only a martial master, yet he crushed the thunder clouds. This shows that the clan's bloodline is truly fearsome. Just then, in the sect's forbidden grounds, fire clouds surged into the sky. Within the fire clouds, a massive pressure came with bursts of wild laughter. Ha ha ha! 6,000 years. A full 6,000 years. I finally found a god awakened. That's where the ancestors are buried. As the sect master watched in shock, the fire clouds took form. It was an old man engulfed in flames, with a crimson beard and hair. It's Ancestor Huyen. Elder Zhuanyu in the crowd recognized the figure instantly. Ancestor Huyen was the legend from 6,000 years ago who mastered the Tao of fire to the level of a true god. The sect's fame in the Southern Desolate is thanks to such powerful ancestors. Just now, the ancestor Huyen mentioned earlier was one of those legends. Sadly, though he mastered the Tao to the true god level, he remained at the Saint Realm peak. Without reaching godhood, one eventually turns to dust. Ancestor Huyen's life ended 6,000 years ago in those grounds. He's been dead for 6,000 years. Why appear today? Hearing the elder's confusion, the sect master shook his head. This isn't his real body, but a lingering soul remnant. A mere remnant is this strong? It's hard to imagine how terrifying he was during his prime. The Zhuanshan elders were amazed. Dead for 6,000 years, yet his remnant appears now, just as the Zhuan's bone evolves. Something is clearly happening. The sect master looked between the ancestor and the pavilion, lost in deep thought. Right then, Ancestor Huyen's remnant moved. With a single step, it seemed all the world's fires must bow to him. With every movement, a giant fire lotus formed behind him. These fire lotuses are the physical form of the Tao of fire. Ancestor Huyen arrived above the pavilion. His eyes were like torches, staring fixedly at the Zhuan below. Godbone over 20% awakened. Impressive for one so young.
I am the Patriarch of Fire Cloud. Are you willing to inherit my heavenly fire path? The remnant soul of the Fire Cloud Patriarch suddenly appeared. So it's all about passing on his legacy. Seeing this scene, many disciples of the Shantian sect are trembling with excitement. They look at Yixian with even more envy. A peerless expert from 6,000 years ago is willing to leave his inheritance. That's a huge opportunity for Yixian. Even the sect master and elders of Shantian sect here now have blazing looks in their eyes. Yixian did not expect this. He just ate a Tao fruit and triggered a lightning tribulation, and even woke the remnant will of a 6,000-year-old powerhouse. Heavenly fire path. Sounds pretty awesome. Yixian was about to accept the inheritance. The golden orb of Tao fortune inside him suddenly felt scorching hot. What's going on? Tao fortune doesn't seem willing to accept the Fire Cloud Patriarch's inheritance. Feeling the change inside his Tao fortune, Yixian's eyes shifted slightly. My talent isn't enough. Just opening the Divine Valley has drained me. I really don't have the energy to inherit the heavenly fire path. Please, Patriarch, pick someone else in the sect to inherit the heavenly fire path. Even though the Fire Cloud Patriarch's path sounds amazing, no matter how awesome it is, can it beat Yixian's golden cheat? With the cheat in hand, he wouldn't trade even for a real god's legacy. Yixian wouldn't trade it. Besides, the Fire Cloud Patriarch only cultivated his path to the true god level. He himself isn't a true god. If he was so great, he wouldn't be a painting for 6,000 years, still relying on a tiny bit of will to pass down his path. What? Senior brother Yixian actually refused the Fire Cloud Patriarch's inheritance. That's the heavenly fire path, almost at the level of a true god. Did he train himself silly or what? How could he turn down such a powerful legacy? Compared to the disciples still in shock, the sect master and elders behind him were the same, all of them stunned. Yixian turned him down. In their eyes, to inherit the Fire Cloud Patriarch's heavenly fire path was not just a great chance for Yixian, but also huge for the whole sect. How could Yixian refuse? Hearing Yixian's refusal, the Fire Cloud Patriarch in midair also froze. If you master my heavenly fire path, you'll be almost as strong as a true god. Are you sure about this? You really don't want it? I don't. Yi Xian answered flat out. If Yi Xian refused at first, because his Tao fortune was resisting, now he's pretty certain. This fire cloud patriarch is up to something. A dead old fossil from 6,000 years ago suddenly pops up to hand over a legacy? Yi Xian already refused. But the old guy won't take no for an answer. Either this old man really wants someone to inherit his heavenly fire path, or there's a trap. Whatever it is, Yi Xian can't accept it. Besides, his lovely wife's benefits are too good. Just one Tao fruit. Let Yi Xian's divine valley reach 20% evolution. Enough to control the world for a bit. And show the might of a martial king. Can the heavenly fire path do that? Not to mention after inheriting it. Who knows how long it would take to master it. Even if he did, he'd still just peak at the Saint Realm. When his life runs out, he'll still turn to dust. But Yi Xian's cheat is different. It boosts him with Tao fruit, levels up his divine valley, and will help him reach true God in the future. He can enjoy life forever. Plus, this cheat has no limit. From any angle, it's better than some path with a ceiling. Or a legacy with hidden traps. That's that. Yi Xian's refusal again made the fire cloud patriarch's face twitch. He waited 6,000 years. Finally, he found someone who could inherit the heavenly fire path, and whose divine valley is 20% unlocked. The key is 6,000 years of waiting. Used up almost. The last bit of power in his remnant will. If he can't use this chance to seize this kid's body, then 6,000 years of waiting will really end in nothingness. 6,000 years ago, the fire cloud patriarch hit a wall in his cultivation. He never broke through to true God in his life, and died in frustration. His painting was left in the forbidden area. But he was unwilling to let go. So he left a bit of his will before he died. Because he was almost as strong as a true God. To hold his will, someone needed a divine valley inside. Yesterday, when Yi Xian awakened his divine valley, the fire cloud patriarch sensed him. At that time, Yi Xian only had less than 10% awakened. If he tried to take over by force, Yi Xian's divine valley might shatter. So the patriarch backed off. What he didn't expect was, in just one day, Yi Xian's divine valley evolved again. And this time, it jumped straight to 20%. The fire cloud patriarch couldn't sit still anymore. So he broke out from the forbidden area. He planned to talk nicely, get Yi Xian to accept the inheritance, and then seize him using the legacy. But now, even if it's risky, with your divine valley at 20%, even if it's damaged, you can recover with time. You can get back to your peak. The fire cloud patriarch suddenly changed shape, turning into a heavenly fire robe. Yi Xian suddenly felt something stab his soul. Right after that, the fire cloud patriarch's voice sounded in his mind. I tried to talk you into it, but all I got was distance. Fine, no more pretending. I'm laying it all out today. I'm here to take your body, steal your divine valley, and restart my path. Earlier, when the fire cloud patriarch wanted to pass on the heavenly fire path to Yi Xian, many Shantian sect disciples and the sect leader and elders saw it all. Even if he seized Yi Xian, he could just claim he only inherited the path, then continue as Yi Xian, training again in the sect. With that kind of talent, it won't take long for the heavenly Tao to notice him. When the fire cloud patriarch was young, he also went to the heavenly Tao for advanced study. But there were too many geniuses there. Even as famous as he was 6,000 years ago, in front of those freaks, he was just another talented guy. This time, with the divine valley. Who knows? I have to make a name for myself in the Xuantiando. Just as Master Huiyun was feeling smug, a flash of golden light suddenly wrapped around him. Right after, Master Huiyun noticed. He was trapped inside a strange sphere. What the hell? Where am I? He could feel his lingering spirit being quickly refined away. For the first time, fear showed on Master Huiyun's face. Before he could react again, Yi Xian's voice sounded in his ear. So you wanted to take over my body, huh? Yi Xian's tone was icy. But inside, she was thrilled. Didn't expect fate could be used this way. It can warn me ahead of danger. Also, this golden sphere made from fate seems like a pretty powerful treasure. It lets me do trials and draws too. And in a crucial moment, can lock down whatever weird stuff tries to get into my body, and forcefully suppress and refine it. What could be more awesome than this? No, that's not it. I'm not trying to take over your body. Yi Xian, listen to me. Master Huiyun is still trying to deny it. Too bad Yi Xian didn't have the patience to listen anymore. She just spun the golden sphere inside her quickly. And in the next moment, Master Huiyun, caught by fate, was completely refined by the golden sphere. At that moment, on top of the golden sphere, a +200 sign popped up. Refined. Even junk like that can be turned into fate? Now Yixian was truly shocked. Talk about an awesome cheat. Senior brother Yixian, the sect master and the elders, told me to inform you that you don't need to stay at Tide Pavilion anymore. You can move straight into Bashuan Shaoyang Cave to cultivate. Because of what happened with Master Huiyun, the Shantian sect is in a bit of an uproar. Yixian didn't mention anything about body snatching. He only said Master Huiyun valued talent too much, and didn't respect Yixian's refusal, and tried to force his legacy on him. That really does show his eagerness. He even turned himself into experience points. A full 200 points. If my fate could get hijacked like that every day, how great would that be? Yixian packed up quickly, then followed the disciple who came to guide him, and moved out of Tide Pavilion, heading for Bashuan Shaoyang Cave. Within the Shantian sect, there are 9 different dwelling grades. Ordinary disciples can only enter the first grade caves, while inner disciples with better talent get assigned to the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th grade, depending on their talent level. 5th and 6th grade caves are open only to personal disciples. The 7th grade is for elders, and the 8th, Bashuan Shaoyang Cave, is reserved for the sect's future heir. Only the sect heir throughout the generations could train in the 8th grade cave. Compared to the sect master's 9th grade Zifu Cave, it's just 1 tier lower. The death trial hasn't even started yet, but the sect master is already letting senior brother Yixian cultivate in the 8th grade cave. Looks like senior brother Yixian has pretty much secured the heir position. Along the way, the sect messenger disciple looked at Yixian with admiration and envy. He could live in Bashuan Shaoyang Cave, which basically means the sect leader has acknowledged his status as the heir. How long has it been since Yixian became a disciple? And he's already the young sect master. This is the dream life for so many people. On the way to Bashuan Shaoyang Cave, Yixian even took a detour to the back mountain of the sect, the resting place of the past masters. He wandered around for quite a while, but didn't come across any other body-snatching XP babies like Master Huiyun. Looks like grandmasters like Master Huiyun, who just want to steal a disciple's body, are pretty rare. Disappointment flickered briefly in Yixian's eyes. However, this scene, in the eyes of the disciple leading the way, commanded a sense of profound respect. Brother Yixian just inherited the heavenly fire Dao, yet he's already so eager to visit the ancestors' burial grounds. To honor his master shows his true character. He is truly a role model for our generation. Arriving at Shaoyang Grotto Heaven, Yixian immediately felt the surging spiritual energy. Grotto Heaven grades are linked to spiritual veins. The higher the grade, the closer it is to the vein, and the faster the energy gathers. Even the insights into the great Tao are clearer. Yixian's divine bone had just transformed, so he needed this energy to stabilize his realm. The Shantian sect leader's move was clearly an attempt to win him over. But as a genius, Yixian had long been used to such treatment. From the Yi clan to the Shantian sect, it has been the same throughout his journey. Only by providing value will people try to recruit you. The sect's attempt to win him over was, in Yixian's view, entirely beneficial with no downsides. It was actually a validation of his talent. Uncle Yi, why isn't he back yet? Lately, in my way of expressing true emotions, I seem to have gained new insights. Time to write another letter to my little wife. Over the next few days, besides stabilizing his cultivation, Yixian wrote letters to his wife, Tantai Mingyue. Upon learning that Tantai Mingyue had been recruited by Xingdou Academy, Yixian couldn't help but feel emotional. Just a few days ago, she was a useless girl everyone looked down on. In the blink of an eye, she became a direct disciple of Fan Tian, one of the Academy's 3 top mentors. This Fan Tian, Yixian knew, was a peak 9-star martial king, with 1 foot already in the martial emperor realm. Since Tantai Mingyue became his disciple, her status in the Academy is no less than Yixian's in the Shantian sect. Comparisons really are odious. A villain like Yixian took 18 years to rise from nothing. Yet Tantai Mingyue, with her protagonist aura, only needed a few days to enter the top-tier Xingdou Academy. In the original plot, Yixian wouldn't even know what his little wife looked like before his family broke off the engagement. With the speed of her rise, it wouldn't even take 3 years. Yixian would be crushed in minutes. The worst part is, Yixian would never have even met her. 18 years of hard work, just to be her stepping stone. Damn, thinking about the script I was given, such a tragic life. Yixian really wanted to slap the damn author. Fortunately, Yixian is a transmigrator who avoided the tragedy of being a face-slapped villain. Now that his cheat has awakened, the villain's fate has finally reversed. But regarding Tantai Mingyue, Yixian cannot give up on her. After all, his little wife is currently his main source of Dao luck. The fantasy world is unpredictable. Crises like the possession by ancestor Huiyun will surely happen again in the future. Regarding the Huiyun incident, thanks to the golden orb and Dao luck, Yi Xian managed to turn a crisis into a blessing. But what if the next threat isn't a possession? Strength is everything in this world. Now that my divine bone has awakened, I'll eventually enter the central wilds to compete with the geniuses there. Thinking of this, Yi Xian's gaze quickly locked onto the 10 draw option. Ever since the golden orb refined ancestor Huiyun, the Dao luck in Yi Xian's body has evolved. After the golden orb upgraded, there were more diamond chests in the pool, and next to the pointer, a new 10 draw option appeared. Yi Xian studied it for a bit. This 10 draw costs 1000 Dao luck points. With one draw, you get 10 treasure boxes at once, and the chances of empty boxes are significantly reduced. Combined with the 200 points from refining ancestor Huiyun and the letters I've been writing to my wife, I've gained nearly 500 more points. Speaking of which, writing letters to his little wife brought an unexpected surprise. Whenever she studied the cultivation insights Yi Xian sent, her favorability toward him would rise. This way, I essentially have a natural Dao luck extractor. Inspired by this, Yi Xian started stuffing things into his letters, either delicate little accessories or some useful daily items. In short, as long as she sees them, she will think of Yi Xian anytime, anywhere, constantly increasing her favorability. Gain 10 timing Yue's favor. Dao luck +3, +3, +3. Feeling the Dao luck increase on the golden orb from time to time, a strange smile grew on Yi Xian's face. Half a month passed in an instant. After this period of accumulation, Yi Xian finally saved enough for a 10 draw. A full 1000 Dao luck points. Besides these 1000 points, in Yi Xian's reward space, there was one leftover item, an unused Dao fruit. It wasn't that he didn't want to use it, but his divine bone had just awakened and undergone one transformation. If he transformed too frequently, it would attract unwanted attention. I don't have an old man in a ring to protect me. Although the golden orb activated during the possession attempt, that was limited to internal attacks. If I faced a physical attack from outside, the golden orb might not be able to help. It's better to be cautious. The life and death trial is full of danger, but it also holds many opportunities. I just need to find a chance inside to consume the Dao fruit. That way, even if someone asks later, I can say I found another opportunity during the trial. As the heir to the heavenly fire Dao, and a candidate for young sect master, no one would likely doubt him. Young master, the sect leader and elders are waiting at the entrance of the trial realm. Just then, a Shantian sect disciple arrived at the entrance of the grotto. Even though Yi Xian hadn't passed the trial yet, many disciples looking to gain favor already called him young sect master in private. Yi Xian neither opposed nor stopped this. With his 20% divine bone awakening, the trial was merely a formality to him. Soon, under the admiring and envious gazes of the disciples, Yi Xian reached the trial realm behind the mountain. This place is normally closed to the public, but today is Yi Xian's big trial day. Nearly every disciple of Shantian sect has gathered here. And that's not all. All the elders of Shantian sect and the sect master are seated atop the platform above the trial site. They stand and sit silently. Young master is so powerful. Someone shouted from the crowd. Suddenly, cheers erupted everywhere. Young master is so handsome. Young master, we'll always support you. Long live young master. The shouts from the disciples below, the sect master, and all the elders on the platform didn't step in to stop them. To them, Yi Xian's identity as the chosen one totally matches the title of young master. As long as he makes it through this trial, Xianer will be the rightful young master of our Shantian sect. The official young master. Even the sect master showed a knowing smile. The sect master slowly stood up from the platform, just as he was about to announce the rules and start the trial. A piercing sword cry split the sky. A massive sword shadow descended from above. Inside the sword shadow, a young man in black battle gear, with sharp brows and striking looks, stood atop a giant sword. Powerful sword energy swirled around him. It's Jiang Qin, he's back. Many senior sect members recognized him. Jiang Qin was the one who became a direct disciple 15 years before Yi Xian. That servant Jiang Qin. People say that when Jiang Qin was born, the ancient sword at the Jiang family resonated. The sword's name echoed for 10 days and nights. Then the Jiang family had a son. He was born with a sword physique. After joining Shantian sect, it took him only 3 years to start learning the Tao. His heart was pure. No wonder he's called a killing machine among warriors. As soon as Jiang Qin appeared, my clothes were already drenched. Under the intense sword aura, the disciples below felt their hair stand on end. Cold sweat dripped down their faces. 9-star martial master, the sect master and elders of Shantian sect, were visibly shocked. When Jiang Qin left the sect, Yi Xian hadn't joined yet. Back then, everyone had high hopes for him. But the path of a sword cultivator is tough. Jiang Qin couldn't break through to 9-star martial master. Unable to reach martial master realm, he had no choice but to leave the sect, to seek opportunities outside. After years traveling, Jiang Qin grew strong. Being a killing machine sword cultivator, with 9-star martial master power, his strength can rival martial kings. Across the entire southern wasteland, he's one of the top experts. He hadn't returned to the sect in years. Who would have thought our Shantian sect produced such a miraculous person? Jiang Qin's gaze was cold. Even though Yi Xian has the divine valley, Jiang Qin was born with a sword physique. Sword cultivators especially hone their minds. Even if Yi Xian is more talented, in the eyes of sword cultivators like Jiang Qin, talent is just one of many factors for becoming strong.
Jiang Qin, it's been years. Your sword is still as sharp as ever. Just then, another wild laugh echoed overhead. The sound carried down. A huge, muscular man appeared, looking like a wild brute. Glowing runes flickered on his body. A dragon and a tiger curled around each of his arms. Along with the fierce tiger, he stepped down from the clouds. Ancient barbarian physique. It's Zhao Man. Zhao Man is back. Zhao Man became a direct disciple of Xuanchen sect 3 years before Jiang Qin. He left the sect even earlier. Whoa, these 2 direct disciples have been missing for years. Why are they both returning today? Xuanchen sect disciples looked stunned. Every step Zhao Man took in the void, the space around him shook wildly, as if it couldn't contain his powerful body. Zhao Man, you're here. Facing Zhao Man's wild, savage body, Jiang Qin finally showed some emotion. Today is the life and death trial, the big day to select the young sect leader of Xuanchen sect. How could Zhao Man miss this moment? Almost instantly, Zhao Man and Jiang Qin's eyes both locked onto the Xuan. Xuanchen divine Tao descended with an oracle, spread like wildfire across the 4 wilderness regions. Neither Zhao Man nor Jiang Qin want to miss this chance to enter the Xuanchen divine Tao. To be the young sect leader of the Xuanchen sect, you gotta show your power. As Zhao Man and Jiang Qin fixed their gaze, the Xuan calmly stood his ground. Zhao Man had a dragon and a tiger on each arm, both fierce beasts. One kept spitting poison, the other gave off a killing vibe. Jiang Qin's sword intent was also sharp, really intimidating. But as someone who unlocked 20% of the Divine Valley, the Xuan's aura was just as strong as theirs. The Xuanchen sect leader, plus all the elders present, didn't expect the trial to start like this. Such a fierce showdown right from the beginning. Both direct disciples who traveled for years returned at the same time, and both reached the 9-star martial sect level. Jiang Qin is a sword cultivator, now at 9-star martial sect, like a sharpened blade, ready to strike. No one can stop her. Zhao Man's ancient barbarian physique is also from ancient times, packed with brute strength, enough to battle monster clans. This return means trouble. Obviously, these 2 missing disciples came back just for the life and death trial. As the sect leader and elders kept watching Zhao Man and Jiang Qin, their gazes shifted back and forth. Suddenly, a wild wind hit over the Xuanchen mountains. Thunder flashed across the sky. Huge shadows rolled through the storm clouds. A roar right then, a terrifying dragon cry came from the clouds. Feeling the intense pressure in that dragon cry, Zhao Man's dragon and tiger beasts both stepped back, showing fear. Even Jiang Qin's sharp sword intent cracked under that dragon roar. Who dares to act up in my Xuanchen sect? Elder Xuanjin stepped up and shouted from the round platform. Elder Xuanjin, it's been a while. In the next second, a calm voice sounded from the clouds. The voice was soft, but carried powerful pressure, as if the whole world might bow to him. Right as he finished speaking, a young man in crimson robes stood atop a black dragon, came down from the sky. You're You're Hua Yunshin. Elder Xuanjin recognized him. His eyes showed shock and disbelief. The sect leader was stunned too. His gaze trembled. His eyes glowed with something unbelievable. Hua Yunshin, hasn't he been missing for 100 years? All the Zhuanshan elders present had varied expressions. As the Zhuanshan sect, their most gifted direct disciple 100 years ago, Hua Yunshin's rise, even Zhang Qin and Zhang Man together, couldn't match him. If the Zhuan hadn't awakened the divine bone, even he'd be suppressed by Hua Yunshin. He'd have no chance against him. Hua Yunshin, so it's Hua Yunshin among our disciples. An elderly inner disciple showed an unbelievable look. Brother Chen, you know him? Hearing the younger disciples ask, Brother Chen sighed deeply. You guys haven't been in Zhuanshan sect long enough. It's normal not to know Hua Yunshin. Back then, among my generation of disciples, his talent was unmatched. Even today's top the Zhuan can't compare. The Zhuan only awakened his divine bone this past month, kind of a miracle himself. But Hua Yunshin's been working miracles ever since he joined, always breaking records. Like inheriting from Patriarch Yuan, he got 3 inheritances all by himself. What? 3 inheritances for one person? Hearing Elder Chen say this, the Zhuanshan disciples were shocked. If Hua Yunshin hadn't gone to the ancient ruins and disappeared looking for the gods' hidden treasures, he would have been the one most qualified to take the young sect leader spot, the strongest direct disciple. Many old Zhuanshan elders from Chen's era got lost in their memories. The Xuan's title as the strongest junior in 100 years was hyped up by the younger disciples. All talk, by then Zhang Qin and Zhao Man had already left. Hua Yunshin, the strongest of that era, was long gone. That's why it seemed like the Zhuan was alone at the top. As the disciples downstairs got stunned by Hua Yunshin's reputation, his powerful aura was released together with the Black Dragon. At the Martial King level commanding heaven and earth, the whole world seemed ready to bow to him. Nearby, everything bent toward Hua Yunshin. The elders' hearts jumped again. Hua Yunshin's cultivation, even among martial kings, is extremely powerful. But the main thing is that black dragon under him, it's actually a true dragon's remnant soul. The Zhuanshan sect leader recognized it right away. A true dragon is a divine beast. Even if it's just a remnant soul, it's way beyond what a typical martial king can handle. Hua Yunshin being able to control it means he's got some special chance. For the young sect leader spot, Hua Yunshin is set. He stepped forward, pushed Zhao Man and Zhang Qin back with force. 6-star martial king. That brought even more surprise to all the disciples and elders. The sect leader's eyes shifted between Hua Yunshin, the Zhuan, and everyone else. All direct disciples, Hua Yunshin wants to join the trial. Even the sect leader can't say no. Especially with everything Hua Yunshin is showing now. He's no less impressive than the Zhuan now. His power and cultivation, given the clear advantage over the Zhuan, this is a sect rule. As the personally passed down disciples, you naturally qualify to join the Zhuan in the life or death trial. After a while, the Zhuanshan sect master nodded gently. He explained the rules for the life or death trial. You all should know them. Who is really my sect successor? It all depends on what you gain in the trial. The Zhuan is chosen, that's true, but the true dragon remnant soul inside Hua Yunshin is no less powerful than the mighty ones. The key is, Hua Yunshin's cultivation has reached 6-star martial king. With his talent, he could become extraordinary or even holy someday. Maybe he could even become a true god. It's definitely possible. On hearing this, Hua Yunshin softly smiled. If he wasn't trapped in the secret realm all these years, his power would have probably reached martial emperor level by now. Though his power was restricted, his understanding of the Tao Viziers far surpasses these 3 rookies. As the strongest personal disciple a century ago, Hua Yunshin is quite proud. He glanced toward the Zhuan's direction. Chosen one? So what? Hua Yunshin was trapped in the secret realm for 100 years. The benefits he gained have long surpassed most chosen ones. Plus, he has a true dragon's soul inside him. Even if a chosen one blocks my path in the secret realm, I, Hua Yunshin, will defeat him. The life or death trial, What is life and death? Once you enter, life and death is up to fate. Even in front of the sect master, there's nothing he can do. Jiang Qin, Zhao Man, and Hua Yunshin showing up one after another messed up the original pace of the trial and brought new excitement to the disciples and elders, offering them something different to look forward to. Normally, the Zhuan dominated the sect, and nothing was ever in doubt in front of him. But today, after years away from the sect, Qin Zhaoman suddenly joined halfway, and then another appeared, the strongest personal disciple missing for 100 years. Who will win among them in the end? Everyone wants to see. Before entering the secret trial, I'll remind you once more. Inside the secret realm, life and death is in fate's hands. Who among you can find your own fortune in the trial depends totally on destiny. If it's not meant to be, don't force it. The sect master spoke sincerely. After finishing, he joined the elders, and together they opened the entrance to the life or death trial. Jiang Qin and Zhao Man exchanged looks, and they stepped in first. Hua Yafin followed closely behind. The Zhuan was the last to enter, but he was completely relaxed the whole time, as if he wasn't going into a trial, but on a sightseeing trip. To make things easier for everyone to watch, everything happening during the trial was projected by the sect master at the entrance by creating a clear mirror image. Next, let's see who smiles and walks away as the final winner. Thinking of this, the sect master's eyes show a bit of anticipation.
The moment he entered the trial, Yi Xian felt as if he was completely cut off from his world. Even the great Tao of the universe had faintly begun to change. No need to look. This is a completely independent world. It's not parallel to the main world, where the 6 great wastes exist. Hua Yuntian spoke indifferently. Trapped in the ancient realm for a century, on this particular subject, he is the most authoritative of the 4. So, will we be searching here to find our own opportunities? Xiaoman glanced around his surroundings. The fire and frost beasts on his arms had already been put away. Hua Yuntian's black dragon soul put too much pressure on Xiaoman's beasts. If they stayed under such suppression, it would harm their future growth. Seeking our own fortunes is indeed a good choice. Jiang Qin nodded silently. Though Hua Yuntian's power was unsettling, as a sword cultivator, his core duty was to face challenges. The more pressure Hua Yuntian applied, the better Jiang Qin's chance to break through. During my years of traveling, though I only reached 9-star martial sect, I did manage to find a mysterious ancient iron sword. It looks ordinary on the surface, but it hides the secrets of the Tao. If it comes to a life and death fight, Jiang Qin felt he wouldn't lose to anyone, not even the 6-star martial king, Hua Yuntian. Jiang Qin believed he could hold his own. After all, sword cultivators are known for their lethal combat power. Xiaoman had similar thoughts. Besides the beasts on his arms, he also possessed several powerful trump cards. Though they were pushed back by Hua Yuntian's aura earlier, it didn't mean Xiaoman actually feared him. Humph, 2 death-seeking fools. Sensing the faint provocation in Jiang Qin and Xiaoman's eyes, Hua Yuntian sneered inwardly. He was the sect's strongest a century ago, not just a name without substance. Never mind Xiaoman and Jiang Qin. Even with the mysterious Yi Xian, what would Hua Yuntian have to fear? Thinking of Yi Xian, Hua Yuntian glanced in his direction. But in the next second, he was drawn to Yi Xian's odd behavior. What is he doing? Watching Yi Xian standing motionless before a stone statue, Xiaoman frowned. Jiang Qin had the same reaction. The stone statue before Yi Xian was something they had checked right when they entered. There was nothing special about it. It was just a common statue, placed at the entrance of the trial, just putting on a show. Hua Yuntian looked on with contempt. Trapped in the ancient realm for years, his perception far exceeded the norm. Furthermore, as a 6-star martial king, he was the strongest of the 4. If the statue before Yi Xian really had any divine mystery, he would have seen it instantly. Just as they sneered and prepared to leave, a golden light erupted from Yi Xian. Transformation. His divine bone is evolving. What? The 3 men's expressions changed at once. Could it be? This statue they found worthless actually hid some unknown, massive opportunity? Hua Yuntian's face turned dark. He was the strongest among them, a 6-star martial king. Yet he failed to see the statue's secret. Yi Xian had just slapped his face hard. Thinking back to his thought about Yi Xian putting on a show, Hua Yuntian felt his face burning with embarrassment. Jiang Qin and Xiaoman felt the same. They always thought they were superior. Yet Yixian took the first prize. How could they accept this? In that brief moment of distraction, Yixian's divine bone reached 30% evolution. His level jumped from 3-star martial sect directly to 6-star state. Crucially, his divine aura was now far more solid, pure, and powerful than before. A gifted one can use the divine bone to briefly make the world submit, matching the flight of a martial king. Though Hua Yuntian is a 6-star king, under these circumstances, he didn't dare be overconfident. After his expression flickered, he decisively turned and left. To kill someone, you don't always have to go first. Just wait, Yixian. You're only a step ahead in the trial. But you won't stay ahead forever. The situation with Jiang Qin and Xiao Man was roughly the same. Seeing the three of them walk away, Yixian smiled slightly. A person's eyes can't hide their true intent. Even from a distance, Yixian felt they wanted to kill him. Time for a temple summon, I guess. Just as the others had sensed, the statue before Yixian was indeed normal. It was just an ordinary statue. Yixian's divine bone evolved. Not because of a trial secret, but simply because of the effects of the Dao fruit. These three, a sword cultivator, one with an ancient physique, and a 6-star martial king, are all crafty schemers. If I don't show some strength, I'll likely be the first one they target. Yixian was a person of destiny, yet the weakest in cultivation. In this situation, it was easy to become a target. But now, things are different. Yixian took the Dao fruit, and his divine bone reached 30%. With his current power, he can challenge the martial king realm. If the three of them try to do anything irrational, they'll have to think twice. At the entrance of the Shantian trial, watching through the mirror, the sect master saw the transformation, along with all the elders. They were stunned by Yixian's talent. Right upon entering the trial, he gained such a massive benefit. The divine bone evolved on the spot, and his strength skyrocketed. At this moment, the sect master regretted. He regretted hesitating between Hua Yuntian and Yixian. But he couldn't help it. Hua Yuntian's reputation was too great, with a true dragon soul inside him. Even the sect master found it hard to choose. If the master and elders were shocked, the disciples were even more so. Senior Yixian never disappoints. He just entered the trial, getting such a lucky break. Hey, what do you mean, senior brother? That's our Shantian sect's future young master. Yeah, only the young master of Shantian sect. And only senior brother Yixian is worthy. All those other crazies can just forget about it. No one holds a higher place in our hearts than senior brother Yixian. Gotta admit, Yixian is really respected among the younger disciples of Shantian sect. He really carries a lot of weight. But some of the older folks in the sect just shake their heads at this. The life and death trial has only just started. Who'll win is still anyone's guess. True powerhouses never show all their cards too soon. Clearly, guys like Hua Yuntian are holding back. No matter how good your start is, whoever laughs last is the real winner. Inside the life and death trial, Yixian just finished his godbone metamorphosis. Thanks to the power of a Dao fruit, he moved deeper into the trial grounds, heading forward, while quietly tapping the prize wheel's pointer on the golden orb. He's waited so long for this. Finally time to do a 10 draw. Yixian was all excited, and just about to hit the button to draw. But right then, a furious roar came from ahead. Yixian looked where the roar came from. Suddenly, countless black figures came swarming out from deep within the trial area. Those are monsters from the secret realm entrance. All the Shantian sect disciples watching through the magic lens suddenly freaked out. Why are there so many monsters in the trial grounds? Monsters aren't native to the 6 wild regions. Legend has it, ages ago there were black-hearted generals, and wherever they went, demonic energy would cover everything, corrupting the land for miles and miles. Monsters were born from the twisted energy, terrifying creatures. Any cultivator or spirit beast touched by the demonic aura would be corrupted, turning into mindless, bloodthirsty beasts. Advanced monsters could even battle saints. Some monster kings were practically gods. But anyway, these days, in the 6 wild regions, monster sightings are super rare. That's why the Shantian sect disciples were so shocked to see so many monsters suddenly appear in the trial. No wonder everyone panicked. As the monsters drew closer, Hua Yuntian dashed forward, leading the charge. He stomped the ground, and his inner black dragon shot into the sky. Blazing dragon fire burst out, burning everything in its path. The monsters in his way were turned to ashes. But just then, a deafening roar sounded. Xiao Man, not to be outdone, lit up with glowing runes all over. His body instantly grew dozens of yards tall. He threw a punch, and the ground cracked. Even mountains got flipped. Xiaoman made his move, and Jiang Qin stepped onto her sword river, slicing through the sky for miles, sweeping up the monsters that fell into the cracks. The three stayed quiet at first, but once they acted, almost all the monsters pouring out of the secret realm were wiped out. This is real skill. True core disciples of Shantian sect. Watching the projection from outside, the other Shantian disciples were all amazed by their strength. Meanwhile, Yi Xian just stood behind the three, not even trying to join in. What is the young master doing? Yi Xian's supporters in the crowd looked lost. They couldn't figure out why there were so many monsters in the trial grounds. But it's probably the trial testing these core disciples. The other three all showed off their skills, but the young master didn't move. So won't he get totally outshined by the others? Just as Yi Xian's supporters were getting anxious, suddenly weird laughter came from the crowd. Heh, what else could it be? Yi Xian must have gotten scared. With guts like that, how can he even compete for young sect master of Shantian sect? I'm just saying, Yi Xian's always been pampered. No matter how strong you get, you still need real combat experience. The other three disciples have fought outside for years. Yi Xian can't compare at all. Yi Xian's been on top inside Shantian sect for years, hogging lots of cultivation resources. Plenty of us have had enough of him. But because of Yi Xian's reputation in the sect, no one dared say anything. Now that Xiaoman and Jiang Qin came back one after another, even 100 years ago, Hua Yuntian, the so-called strongest core disciple of Shantian sect, has returned as well. It's like they suddenly found backers. Everyone started to complain among the crowd. Yi Xian's supporters all turned red in the face, but didn't know what to say. After all, Yi Xian's performance slaying monsters in the secret realm just now really wasn't as flashy as the other three. No, honestly, he didn't do anything at all. Compared to all the sect disciples arguing outside the secret realm, Yi Xian looked super calm. He even, while the others were busy fighting, did a 10 draw in the golden orb lottery. 10 in a row, always works. Yi Xian stared at the reward space, saw 8 golden treasure chests he drew, and 2 diamond treasure chests, feeling quietly thrilled. From the golden chests, 2 were empty. One was a thank you for playing and 3 Dao fruits, plus 2 multicolored magic pills. If he'd done single draws instead, the chances of empty or thank you draws would probably be even higher. Yi Xian checked closely. These 2 special pills were called instant revival pills. As the name says, no matter how hurt you are, even on the brink of death, as long as you can still breathe, just use this pill, and you'll instantly revive at full health right there. What kind of pill is that? That's basically 2 extra lives. But compared to what's in the golden chests, the rewards from the 2 diamond ones were way more exciting for Yi Xian. The diamond chests gave 2 skills. One's called Mirage Illusion. It's a nearly perfect illusion technique. Even a true god couldn't tell real from fake. The other one is Soaring Dragon Hand. That skill's even more insane. It lets you ignore all rules and steal someone else's great fortune. Sai Xian took a sharp breath. A skill this overpowered is a must-have for any sneaky dungeon hunter. Looking back across Hua Yuntian and the other 2 fighting monsters non-stop, Yi Xian couldn't help but feel a little sorry for them. All this fighting for what? In the end, it's all gonna go to me. Right now, in Yi Xian's eyes, Hua Yuntian and the other 2 were like 3 walking experience chests. The harder they worked for fortune, the more excited Yi Xian got. Sensing Yi Xian's gaze, high in the air, Jiang Qin, slaying left and right on his swords, flashed a look of disdain. Who cares if you're a big shot? If you don't even have the guts to fight monsters? You're just useless. Meanwhile, Xiaoman, charging into the monsters, even cracked a cold smirk. This guy thinks he deserves to be young sect master? Only Hua Yuntian, atop his black dragon, looked toward Yi Xian, looking thoughtful. Judging from Yi Xian's moves since entering the secret realm, he's already as strong as a martial king. But he's been hiding at the back, refusing to act. Is he waiting to let us fight, so he can swoop in? Waiting to pick off the winner? Thinking that, Hua Yuntian gave a low snort. You really think I'm that easy to fool? I'm a 6-star martial king. You think I'd just let some martial master take my hard work for free? Hua Yuntian was trapped in ancient secret realms for years, learning all sorts of hidden arts. When it comes to sneaky tricks, no one is better than me. Second place is way behind. If Yi Xian wants to pull something in front of me, it's harder than reaching the sky. If you actually pull it off, I'll call you dad from now on. Just as the 3 were slaughtering monsters in the mist, the ground beneath them suddenly shook. Right then, boom, a bolt of lightning struck from the sky, splitting open a massive chasm in the secret realm, 100 miles long. Deep in the rift, a seated skeleton waited in silence. Even though it was just bones with runes and verses, it radiated an intense aura of energy and terrifying pressure. I am Enlon, the fourth ancestor of Shantian sect. Today, I suppress thousands of monsters here. If anyone with fate appears in the future, they will inherit my legacy, guard the righteous path, and protect all living beings. So the fourth ancestor really is ancestor Enlon of Shantian sect. Outside the secret realm, through a projection, all the disciples of Shantian sect watching this immediately went wild. Even the sect master, and all the elders behind him, looked shocked. They just entered the secret realm, and already stumbled on the legacy of the fourth ancestor. Enlon, the fourth ancestor of Shantian sect, was the closest to becoming a true god. Out of all those ancestors of his generation, his fame was even greater than Master Huiyan's. But his biggest achievement was single-handedly suppressing most of the monsters in the Blue Wild domain. Because our fourth ancestor of Shantian sect, with his own power, suppressed the monsters, the Blue Wild domain has had over 10,000 years of peace. Too bad, during the Great Demon Suppression War 10,000 years ago, Ancestor Enlon suppressed thousands of monsters, and then disappeared. No one expected he'd leave his legacy in the life and death secret realm. The sect master narrowed his eyes. Getting the fourth ancestor's inheritance is an incredible fortune. But among those four, who's going to win it in the end? Compared to the uproar outside, right now in the secret realm, Hua Yuntian, seeing the fourth ancestor's legacy, along with Jiang Qin and Xiao Man, were all stunned too. Especially Hua Yuntian. Even before he got trapped in ancient secret realms, he'd already gained 3 inheritances, each as great as the heavenly fire Dao. But now this is Ancestor Enlon, the fourth ancestor of Shantian sect. It's said that Ancestor Enlon, way back when, got half of an ancient divine treasure somewhere in the central region. Because of that ancient secret, the fourth ancestor Enlon became a star in the Great Demon Suppression War, crossing the land all by himself, and suppressing countless demons. Ancient divine treasures are inheritances left by true gods in this world. Even half of such a treasure is enough to rule the world for all time. Thinking of this, Hua Yuntian's heart was burning with excitement. The monster just now I killed the most. 4th generation Grandmaster. If someone is chosen, it has to be me, Hua Yuntian. Right after Hua Yuntian boldly declared this, he instantly drew Xiao Man's ridicule. Killing more monsters gets you the Grandmaster? A legacy is a legacy. You need wisdom for that. You're so hot-headed. How can you handle being the 4th generation Grandmaster? Defending all life. If it's about a steady mind. As a sword cultivator, that's what I'm best at. Jiang Qin quickly followed. She stepped forward. None of the 3 would give in. Each of them thought they were the best choice to inherit the Grandmaster's legacy. Enough talk. If you want the legacy, show your strength. Hua Yuntian stomped his foot. A black dragon soared into the air. The aura of a 6-star martial king felt overwhelming. He aimed it at Xiao Man and Jiang Qin. You really think a martial king is invincible? Inscriptions on Xiao Man's body glowed. In a flash, a jet black armor covered him. As a martial king, in all my years traveling the world, I've killed my share too. Just then, a sword rang out. Jiang Qin finally drew her mysterious iron sword. Facing Hua Yuntian, the 6-star martial king, Jiang Qin and Xiao Man teamed up. Ha, 2 against 1. We've got better odds. As he laughed madly, Xiao Man looked over at Yishen nearby. Want to join in? Never mind, he's useless. Seems like he doesn't even want to fight us for the legacy. Jiang Qin glanced toward Yishen. If you want the legacy, you need the 4th generation Grandmaster's approval first. Earlier, while those 3 fought off the monsters, Yishen didn't join in. Which means he's not qualified for Master Enlan's legacy. Well, if you aren't after the legacy, then get lost now. Or you'll just get caught up and die in the fight. To Xiao Man, he and Jiang Qin together could handle Hua Yuntian. Yishen wouldn't make a difference. That's just too much. How can they say that about Senior Yishen? Outside the secret realm, Yishen's supporters heard Jiang Qin and Xiao Man humiliate Yishen like that. Everyone's faces turned red with anger. They were furious. Even though Yishen didn't help fight the monsters when they charged out, he didn't deserve that kind of trash talk. But compared to his raging fans outside, Yishen was totally chill inside the secret realm. He walked off slowly, found a smooth stone and sat down. Great spot to watch the fight, Yishen said, and leisurely pulled out a Dao fruit from his reward space. Who cares about Master Enlan's legacy? Or saving the world, protecting justice? It's all fake. Yi Xian just created this illusion. With his phantasmic skills. He only wanted to see what this skill could do. Who knew even people outside the secret realm got tricked, too. Now he was sitting on the stone slab, watching the show and snacking on his fruit. Honestly, this Dao fruit really tasted amazing. And it wasn't Yi Xian's first time using Dao fruit. But the last 2 times, he just used his golden finger to directly absorb the Dao fruit's energy. But this time, he tasted it. And the rich flavor lingered. He just couldn't get enough. Brother, what are you eating? It looks delicious. Great Dao fruit. Want one? Yi Xian answered instinctively. But as he spoke, he froze in shock. That crisp voice of a girl? Where did it come from? Yi Xian quickly looked back. There stood a girl in a black bib, right behind him, sucking her finger, staring at him eagerly, at the fruit in his hand. He felt the hair on his neck stand up. As a star martial sect expert, he couldn't sense her at all, or when she appeared. What shocked him more was, when he took the fruit out, he had used floating illusion to hide his surroundings. Even the sect master outside, and the elders, could only see him sitting there. But this little girl, how did she see the fruit? Not even a true god could see through it. Is she stronger than a true god? At that thought, Yi Xian gasped in fear. Is it really okay? Thank you, big brother. She hesitated at first, but after gulping several times, she couldn't resist. She grabbed the fruit from him and started munching away. Hey, I already bit that. Yi Xian wanted to say more, but seeing her enjoy it so much, he pulled his hand back. Forget it. Let's find out what she is first. So sweet and tasty. Looking at her so happy, and wanting more, Yi Xian felt a headache. This little girl, inside the Shantian sect, in this ancient secret realm, comes and goes as she pleases. She's clearly someone special. And she saw through my illusion. Quick. Brother, it's all gone. She finished and looked up, staring at Yi Xian eagerly, asking for another one. No. No more. Yi Xian said awkwardly. Is she joking? It's a Dao fruit. He only had 3 in total. And she just ate one. Since you ate my food, can you answer some questions? Thinking it over, Yi Xian asked anyway. Her origins are too mysterious. He couldn't tell what she was. So he just asked directly. Okay, big brother. She was surprisingly obedient. Why are you here? Hearing the question, the girl blinked twice. Because I was born here. Born in this secret realm? Is she an elder's secret child? But as soon as he thought that, he dismissed the idea. Since she can see through illusions, all the elders combined might not be as strong as her. How could she be just a child? Big brother, can you take this thing off? It's on my back. And it's so itchy. Then she turned around, pointing to an old talisman. Yi Xian stepped closer. When he saw the talisman, he was struck with shock. His mind went blank. This is the demon seal. The legend of the 4th master. Yi Xian read it in a secret record. But when he read that record, he found another secret. In the Great Demon War, it wasn't just the South Wilds. All 6 domains, except for the Star Domain, the rest, all faced a demon invasion. Even the Central Domain suffered. With the crisis worsening, the holy sects joined forces to seal the mysterious Black Star. That started the war. The seal they used back then was this very talisman. Is this girl that Black Star? Looking at this mysterious girl, Yi Xian's gaze shifted. The star that corrupts souls turned into a human? No one would believe this. Yi Xian calmed his shock and looked at the girl again. No wonder in this realm so many demons appeared. Demons from the Great War were as strong as true gods. And they were just corrupted. With so many demons here, the sect's past masters never noticed a thing. But then he realized he was overthinking it. This girl, who can corrupt even gods, is the Black Star itself. Not even the old masters. If she wants to hide, no one could find her. Brother, I like your scent. Can I follow you? Just then, the girl asked, tilting her head. A scent she likes? Yi Xian was stunned. Then he realized. Is it the Dao Fortune? The Black Star, who sees through all illusions. Sensing my Dao Fortune. Makes sense. While convincing himself, he looked at the girl. You want to follow me? She nodded hard. Though he wasn't sure why she chose him. Yi Xian felt that, given her power, he couldn't say no. I'll just play along and watch her. Thinking this, he asked, do you have a name? She thought, biting her finger. She shook her head. No. Then I'll call you Xiaohei. Xiaohei ba? I like that name. Thank you, big brother. Upon getting a name, the girl cheered with joy. It's not Xiao Heibie. Just Xiao He. Yi Xian twitched. But I like Xiao Heibie better. Looking at the stubborn girl, Yi Xian was speechless. But on second thought, she is the Black Star. No ordinary being. If she wants to follow me, a small thing like a name doesn't really matter. Brother, are those fools fighting? Silly Yi Xian instinctively looked up at the sky, where Hua Yuntian and his group were fiercely fighting for the inheritance. They can't even see through my brother's illusions. What else could they be but fools? Hearing Xiao Heiba's comment, Yi Xian's lips twitched slightly. You think everyone is as freaky as you, able to see through true gods? Even illusions are tough to tell apart. Thinking from another angle, Yi Xian felt a lot better inside. Xiao Heiba has a special background. With him around Yi Xian, maybe she just picked up a free bodyguard. Wait, this bodyguard's not free at all. He just ate a Dao fruit. And from the looks of it, he'll probably freeload food and drinks from Yi Xian all the time. Guess that's the price for hiring child labor. Yi Xian quietly rubbed her forehead. Just as she spaced out for a moment, over on Hua Yuntian's side, they're almost ready to decide the winner. Right now, Hua Yuntian is nothing like the cool guy he was at the start. His chest has a deep sword slash, with his shirt soaked in blood. You can almost see his stark white bones beneath the skin. His arms and torso both have several bone fractures from massive hits. Xiao Man and Jiang Qing are even worse off. Xiao Man's arm is broken, and he's gasping hard. His supposedly strongest savage ancient body is shattered. Jiang Qing's mysterious iron sword is starting to lose its shine too. He's burned all over by dragon flames, looking like a pile of melting chocolate. No sign of that cool, handsome look from when they first appeared. 2 core disciples taking on a 6-star martial king. It's really pushing their limits. Outside the secret realm, the Shantian sect master watching through projections quietly sighed. Looks like the 4th patriarch's legacy is settled. Behind the sect master, the elders nodded slightly. Even though Xiao Man and Jiang Qing teamed up and gave Hua Yuntian a hard time, the two still fell short. Look here. This is how our future young sect master should be. Among the Shantian disciples below, people are already cheering for Hua Yuntian. Everyone saw the battle between Hua Yuntian, Xiao Man, and Jiang Qing. Clearly, Hua Yuntian single-handedly overpowered Xiao Man, showing off the heroic aura of their core disciples, winning over a lot of people. By comparison, Yi Xian, just sitting far off on a slab, doing nothing, seems to be getting left behind. Good luck doesn't count for much. Even if she found a chance just as she entered the secret realm, some opportunities are better than others. That's the legacy of the 4th patriarch and Lan. Go Hua. Long live Hua. Just when everyone thought the winner, Yuntian, would easily claim the 4th patriarch's inheritance and Lan's legacy, something totally unexpected happened. The bones that emitted a powerful aura suddenly twisted along with the giant abyss. What's going on? Why did Lan's inheritance vanish? Looking at the ancestors' bones glowing just moments ago, radiating unstoppable power, and in a blink, the massive 100-mile abyss all disappeared. Shantian sect disciples were all stunned. Even the sect master on the platform, and the elders behind him, were completely shocked. Time itself seemed frozen. Inside the secret realm, Hua Yuntian, who just survived a life-or-death battle, hadn't even gotten over the joy of winning the 4th patriarch's legacy, when he snapped back to reality. The inheritance he got suddenly vanished. Where's the 4th patriarch's legacy? Where did it go? After a brief stunned silence, Hua Yuntian's face was filled with shock. Even though Xiao Man and Jiang Qing aren't as strong as him, the two of them teamed up. Their trump cards still put quite a hurt on Hua Yuntian. Luckily, Hua Yuntian fused with the true dragon's remnant soul in the end, and defeated them in one move. He earned the right to inherit from the 4th patriarch. But now, after fighting so desperately, and finally getting the inheritance, he hasn't even had the chance to claim it yet. The legacy inside the inheritance trial. How did it just vanish? My brother is such an idiot. He has no idea. Those illusions were all his brother messing with him. Xiao Haiba pointed at the hollowed-out Hua Yuntian across from them, and burst out laughing. Sure, he might hear you. That guy is super petty. If he finds out that illusion was mine and I tricked him, he'll keep hassling my brother. Though Yi Xian isn't afraid of Hua Yuntian, it's better to avoid trouble if you can. Especially when it comes to the 4th patriarch's inheritance. Since it was Yi Xian who played them all. You can't exactly brag about tricking people like a monkey. How petty is he? Is he pettier than me? Yi Xian looked at Xiao Haiba, pointed at his own chest, and compared the size. Yi Xian's mind went blank for a second. A lot of people have come here before. I've seen some of the older sisters, and they're way bigger here. Bigger than me, Xiao Haiba gestured with his hands. And said with envy all over his face. Yi Xian's expression was weird. Every generation, there really have been female disciples in Shantian sect. Some of them even became elders in the sect. Not a small number, actually. This kind of talk should never get out. Yi Xian doesn't want a bunch of elegant lady elders chasing him with swords. Because of a size comment. Totally out of his league. Yi Xian looked. And gave Xiao Haiba a little heart-to-heart talk. Then he eyed Xiao Haiba carefully again. Honestly, Xiao Haiba's features are pretty cute. If it weren't for him still looking so young. Wait, he's over 10,000 years old. At this rate, he'll probably never grow up. Xiao Haiba was formed from Blackheart's will. So he's not like normal creatures at all. Just as Yi Xian was staring at Xiao Haiba's chest, lost in all kinds of wild ideas, Hua Yuntian's angry gaze from afar suddenly locked onto Yi Xian sitting on the stone slab. What the hell is this jerk up to now? Does he think I took his inheritance or something? Hua Yuntian did think that for a second. But when he was fighting Jiang Qin and Xiao Man just now, Yi Xian never left the other stone slab. There was no chance for him to get the inheritance. Plus, the fourth patriarch's legacy was so close to them. If Yi Xian had grabbed it, even Hua Yuntian would have noticed. Jiang Qin and Xiao Man would have seen it too. Logically, Hua Yuntian knew Yi Xian hadn't done anything. But for some reason, he just couldn't shake the feeling that Yi Xian was somehow involved. Now, watching the fourth patriarch and Lan's legacy vanish, Jiang Qin and Xiao Man, barely hanging on, just looked at each other. Hua Yuntian was way too intimidating for them. And with the inheritance gone, if they stayed here any longer, they'd end up as punching bags for Hua Yuntian's anger. Plus, both of them were badly hurt after fighting him. If they couldn't find a safe place to heal up soon, any fortunes hidden deeper in the secret realm would be out of reach. It's just the fourth patriarch's inheritance. If they can't get it, there's no point getting that mad. A martial artist's mindset is crucial. Getting worked up just holds back your own growth. Just as Hua Yuntian was fuming, an old voice suddenly echoed in his mind. Over these years, trapped in this ancient realm, Hua Yuntian didn't just gain the true dragon's remnant soul. His body is also home to a mighty soul hiding inside. Old Hai's advice was a wake-up call for me. Thanks to him, Hua Yuntian, on the verge of losing it, was able to calm down a little. He glanced again into the distance, at Yi Xian sitting on the stone slab. Lucky for him, he didn't side with Xiao Man and Jiang Qin. Or else. While he snorted to himself, Hua Yuntian turned into a black streak and shot skyward. The fourth patriarch and Lan's legacy had already wasted too much of his time outside the core. If Xiao Man and Jiang Qin got ahead, this trip would be pointless. If Old Hai hadn't reminded me, I'd have forgotten that the deeper you go in the secret realm, the greater the treasures and inheritance. As for Yi Xian, once Hua Yuntian finds his own fortune deeper in, he'll have plenty of chances to deal with him later. There's no rush. That stubborn brother is gone. Let's go too. Hearing Xiao Haiba, Yi Xian nodded. He stood up from the slab. Come this way, come on. I know a shortcut. We can jump right into the depths of the secret realm. Just as Yi Xian was getting ready to pick a route, Xiao Haiba suddenly tugged at his sleeve from behind. A shortcut? Yi Xian's eyes lit up. Xiao Haiba's been stuck in this realm for years, so he must know the terrain really well. With this living map leading the way, they could sneak right in, skip any fighting, and reach the core before Hua Yuntian's group. Get there first and it's all theirs. So, this is your so-called forbidden path? Soon Yi Xian, following Xiao Haiba, arrived at the forbidden path he mentioned, and just froze in disbelief. All around them were swarms of fierce monsters and beasts lurking. A few of their auras were even stronger than Yi Xian's. At a martial king level. No wonder no one takes this shortcut. Yi Xian's mouth twitched. This isn't a shortcut. It's basically a road straight to hell. Seriously trying to get us killed. Don't worry, bro. They're all my underlings. With just a word from me, they'll clear the way. Wait, really? Now Yi Xian was in complete shock. But then he thought about it. Xiao Haiba was literally born from Blackheart's transformation. So it's not weird he's their boss. Makes sense if you think about it. Xiao Haiba stood in front of Yi Xian, then let out a thunderous roar. Yi Xian honestly couldn't believe such a tiny body could make a sound like that. Enough to shake the entire realm. What's going on? Could some ancient beast be awakening in here? High above the secret realm, Hua Yuntian, riding the dragon's remnant soul, felt a chill from that earth-shaking roar. It made him shiver all over. A faint trace of fear flashed in his eyes. Even the sea elder inside him couldn't help but look serious. A ferocious beast has appeared. This will definitely affect how well you inherit the legacy in the secret realm. From now on, you need to be extra careful. For Hua Yuntian, the biggest danger in the life and death secret realm isn't Xiao Man, isn't Jiang Qing, and it's not Yi Shen either. It's the unknown dangers lurking inside. Outside the secret realm. Hearing that roar that made the whole secret realm tremble, every Shantian sect disciple paled in shock. Even the Shantian sect leader couldn't help but stand up. How did such a terrifying beast show up in the secret realm? As the sect leader of Shantian, he can open the life and death secret realm, but he can't control everything inside. Or rather, nothing inside is truly under his control. That's a separate world built by the sect's ancestors. A space formed from their legacy. I think I just saw Brother Yi Shen heading toward the source of the roar. I saw it too. Crap, what if Brother Yi Shen is in danger? Among the crowd below, Yi Shen's supporters were all stunned. Under the illusion from the mirage technique, they could only see Yi Shen going that way, but couldn't see clearly what was really happening around him. That's what he gets for not following senior brother Hua. He can blame himself. This is Yi Shen's fate. If senior brother Hua was with him, even if he couldn't be the top in the trial, at least he wouldn't lose his life. The trial just started, and the mood among the Shantian sect disciples has already shifted. Hua Yuntian overpowering both core disciples alone already proves his strength. Even if he misses out on the fourth ancestor's legacy, his strength is still unquestionable. The path of cultivation values the strong. If Yi Shen was strong before, the momentum was always on his side. But now, Hua Yuntian is the strong one, so Yi Shen has become old news. He was abandoned by all the opportunists. Inside the secret realm, staring at the beasts kneeling in fear, Yi Shen's eyes twitched. Is this really little Hey Boss power? If it weren't for the golden orb inside me, staying quiet this whole time, I'd start to think she was faking innocence just to fool me. Big bro, did I scare you just now? I really held back a lot. Little Hey Boss stood beside Yi Shen, looking super wronged. Nah, you didn't scare me, but you sure scared the others. Yi Shen pointed at a bunch of monsters across who wet themselves and were foaming at the mouth. Humph, that's their own cowardice. Nothing to do with me. Seeing little Hey Boss switching standards on the spot, Yi Shen suddenly felt a weird sense of déjà vu. You may not look as mature as those older girls, but you're the same inside. Yi Shen patted little Hey Boss braided hair. What's a girl? Is it tasty? Little Hey Boss tilted her head and asked. Nope, it's too salty. Don't eat dirty things, got it? Did you hear me? Got it. Little Hey Boss nodded obediently. With Xiaohei opening up forbidden paths, Yi Shen moved ahead with no obstacles. She headed for the core area of the secret realm. Halfway there, Yi Shen took the demon-suppressing talisman off Xiaohei and put it away. Even though it's lost its power, at least it's from Central Wilderness, crafted by a joint effort of all major holy factions. Once we get out, I should find a way to fix it. Who knows, it might still be useful. Even if not, it should sell for a good price. The talisman Yi Shen checked just now used several materials for drawing the runes, all of which are extinct in the four wildernesses. Even in Central Wilderness, these are super rare, top-tier materials. Looks like they're all scared of you. On the way, Yi Shen watched the surrounding monsters and beasts, all trembling and lying on the ground. She couldn't help but ask out loud. Just in this short moment, he'd spotted hundreds of martial-level beasts. Even over a dozen king-level ones were around. The craziest part was at that fork they passed, Yi Shen actually saw a beast comparable to Emperor level. If this thing got out, it'd cause waves across southern wilderness. But all these legendary beasts acted like mice seeing a cat in front of Xiaohei. So obedient, it's unbelievable. Of course they're scared of me, because every single one of them got beaten by me. Looking at Xiaohei suddenly turning savage, Yi Shen's mouth twitched. To prove she wasn't lying, Xiaohei glared fiercely at that emperor-level beast in the distance. Staring hard, her aura was as fierce as Queen Lin Fan. She completely stunned the beast just by looking. Seeing this, Yi Shen couldn't help but marvel inside. Turns out, Xiaohei doesn't always show just one side to Yi Shen. She has more than just that brotherly vibe. Bro, you're not like them. Just then, Xiaohei spoke up suddenly. Because you have a scent I like. No, that's not all. Not entirely. Xiaohei thought about Yi Shen's words and replied, Bro, besides the scent I like, there's this strange feeling I can't explain. It makes my heart race, but I can't help wanting to get closer. Basically, you're just awesome. Yi Shen knew. The feeling Xiaohei mentioned was probably not about Yi Shen herself. Is it the golden finger? So far, the golden sphere inside Yi Shen can collect fate. do draws and refine things, clear out any impurities in his body. But Yixian doesn't know its other uses. But judging by what Xiaohe said, inside the golden sphere, there's probably some new function Yixian hasn't discovered, or hasn't triggered yet. Alright, bro. This is the core of the secret realm. After trekking for over half an hour, Xiaohe suddenly pointed at the distant mountain, and said excitedly, "Secret realm core." Yixian followed Xiaohe's finger, and saw not far ahead, a mystical mountain shrouded in clouds. On the mountain, light sparkled. A long stone stair stretched through the clouds, straight to the peak. On both sides of the stairs, stood countless mysterious stone tablets. Before Yixian even got close, she already felt the powerful energy emanating from the stones. This is the real inheritance area in the secret realm. The true place of legacy. Clearly, Hua Yuntian and the other two haven't arrived yet. But thinking about what happened along the way, Yixian felt at ease. I thought there wouldn't be many emperor-level beasts here. But on the way, I encountered over 10. The wildest one was an emperor-level beast, clearly about to evolve, just a step away from becoming saint-level. A real threat that would scare countless strong warriors. Saint-level beasts are just one step from legendary beasts. They're almost at the mythic tier. Yixian felt emotional inside. But sadly, beasts are low in intelligence, and act purely on instinct, like monsters. Compared to demon beasts that can think and talk, they eventually get left behind. If it was a demon beast, by the martial realm, its smarts would be close to a human. That's why in the 6 wildernesses, most demon beasts have their own factions. And those factions are just as strong as the holy sects in Central Wilderness, even under the major divine religions. Demon beasts are born tough. The Divine Beast Mountain in Central Wilderness is a powerful faction made of demon beasts. Just from what Yixian knows, across the 4 wildernesses, there are many branches of Divine Beast Mountain. Some, even top-tier ones like Shantian sect in Southern Wilderness, don't easily mess with Hua Yuntian's group. Even if you avoid the monster's territory, getting into the secret realm core isn't easy. After all, this secret realm was built up by Shantian sect's ancestors, and is the essence they've gathered over generations. Plus, monsters in the secret realm don't always hang out together. Many strong monsters and beasts hunt solo outside. Not to mention all the forbidden formations here. In short, getting to the heart of the secret realm isn't easy. Without Xiaohe leading Yixian, she couldn't reach the mountain so fast. Bro, you wanna climb that mountain? Or do you have a shortcut? Hearing Xiaohe's question, Yixian couldn't help but ask back. No, that's not it. I just don't like this place. There's no one here. Just bare rocks. That's all. Xiaohe's words made Yixian feel like complaining inside again. As if you could see anyone outside this mountain. Almost nobody around. Shantian sect's life and death trials open maybe once every 100 years. And if no suitable disciples show up, it could be delayed indefinitely. Even with Xiaohe's age over 10,000, she barely sees anyone in the secret realm. But thinking differently, Yixian got over it. At least with all these monsters outside. Worst case, Xiaohe can use them as punching bags. The stone tablets and stairs on this mountain, for any little girl, would probably feel boring. Even if Xiaohe's over 10,000 years old, most of the time, her mind is like a 3-year-old's. Maybe that's why the Golden Sphere hasn't sent me any warnings yet. After all, she's just a little girl around 3 years old. What harm could she do to Yixian? Come on, let's go check it out together. Yixian finished speaking, and grabbed little He behind her. They headed toward the sacred mountain ahead. Outside the trial secret realm, they saw Yixian was the first personal disciple to step onto the sacred mountain. All the Shantian sect disciples were stunned. What's going on? The legendary deadly trial ground packed with dangerous beasts. How come Yixian made it through? Like it was nothing? Under Yixian's floating light phantom technique, disciples and elders outside Shantian sect could only see Yixian's figure moving ahead. No one could see little He at all. Even around them, there wasn't a single shadow of a fierce beast or monster. Ha! Who says good luck doesn't matter? Weren't you just trash-talking Yixian earlier? Now the very first entry into the sacred mountain belongs to Yixian. Yixian really is the chosen one of our Shantian sect. Although the inheritance hasn't started yet, Yixian being first into the sacred mountain already proves he's ahead of everyone. Those who just switched to Hua Yuntian's side are now totally confused. The life and death secret technique handed down for thousands of years in Shantian sect isn't supposed to be this easy to get through. Forget the past. Even Hua Yuntian and the other 2 personal disciples faced countless dangers along the way, and haven't even gotten close to the mountain yet. Xiao Man, who has the ancient wild body, is trapped in barriers, hanging by a thread. But Yi Xian walked into the sacred mountain just like that. How is that fair? Actually, not just the disciples below. The Shantian sect leader is also shocked. Yi Xian became the first to reach the sacred mountain. In the sect leader's mind, Hua Yuntian obviously had the best shot at being the first personal disciple to reach the mountain. But the truth is right in front of everyone now. Yi Xian has broken everyone's expectations. He took first place and climbed the inheritance sacred mountain in the trial realm. Apart from surprise, the sect leader felt a touch of amazement. Rumble, what's happening? Looking into the distance in the secret realm, suddenly, waves of light appeared. Hua Yuntian, fighting beasts while riding the black dragon, felt his eyelid twitch hard. Someone made it to sacred mountain. Hai Lao's words made Hua Yuntian feel deeply humiliated. Someone beat me to sacred mountain? Along the way, Hua Yuntian has fought hard with help from Black Dragon's soul and Hai Lao. He barely crossed to the center of the secret realm, and was about to enter the core area. But the spot for the first to reach the mountain got snatched away. Who is it? Who beat me? Jiang Qin? Or Xiao Man? That musclehead who's useless otherwise? In Hua Yuntian's opinion, only Jiang Qin and Xiao Man could get ahead of him. Reach the sacred mountain. As for Yi Xian, who was even weaker, he went straight through the core filled with monsters. Even Hai Lao said he was done for this time. Hai Lao, who lives inside Hua Yuntian, wasn't just a powerful figure from the ancient secret realm, but also, he used to be the brother of a big shot in Shantian sect. He learned the secrets about this realm from that big shot. That's why, when Hua Yuntian entered the life and death realm, he was so confident. No matter who it is, they made it to the mountain first. We have to hurry up to make up for being late to sacred mountain. Bai Lao reminded him. Being the first to reach the mountain means you may be the first to get the inheritance, but that's not guaranteed. How much and how strong the inheritance is still depends on the inheritor. 100 years ago, you already received the inheritance of the 3 ancestors of Shantian sect. Then in the ancient secret realm, you got me in part of the Black Dragon's soul. If we talk about talent, you're better than anyone in Shantian sect. So even if you missed being the first, you might still catch up and surpass. Hai Lao's pep talk instantly restored Hua Yuntian's confidence. That's right, reaching sacred mountain first doesn't mean getting the best rewards. I want everyone to know that I, Hua Yuntian, am the best for the divine path. His confidence returned. Hua Yuntian's entire aura began to shift. He glared at the king-level beast. It was strong as a 4-star king. With its heavy iron armor, it rivaled Hua Yuntian's power. But now, Hua Yuntian had no desire to keep playing around. He released the Black Dragon's soul. Elder Hai also boosted his power. In the blink of an eye, Hua Yuntian's energy surged to 9-star peak king level. He reached into the void. The dragon became a flame sword. He struck with a single blow. The once mighty beast was hit by the dragon flame sword and split right in two. Was it too much for me? After delivering that strike, Hua Yuntian gasped for air, fusing the elder and dragon souls to form his strongest attack. Put a huge strain on him. But for the mountain's legacy, it was worth it. He looked toward the mountain again. The sword turned back into a dragon. Hua Yuntian stepped onto it and charged toward the mountain. Outside the realm, the Shantian sect disciples were stunned by that strike. So strong. With one blow, Brother Hua killed a beast as strong as a 5-star king. He must have held back before against Xiao Man and Jiang Qing to kill such a beast, rivaling a 5-star king in one hit. If he had used that move against Jiang Qing or Xiao Man, they'd both be dead by now. See that? That is true power. Better than relying on luck. To reach the mountain, being first means nothing. If you can't get a strong legacy, it's just a wasted effort. That incredible strike let his followers finally hold their heads up high. Even the sect master and all the elders were deeply shocked by it. The power of that strike is nearly at the emperor level. Elder Shenjin whispered to the master. As a rare martial emperor, the master, at 8-star emperor level, is the top power in the south. It truly is close to emperor level. To Elder Xuanjin's question, the sect master replied directly. Hua's talent truly shocked him. Especially that dragon strike. With such talent, if he hadn't been trapped for years, his cultivation might have surpassed mine by now. I've no hope for the saint realm. But if our younger generation produces a saint expert. At that thought, the sect master felt a surge of hope. The elders felt the same. Yi Xian is divine chosen. But he still needs time to grow. Hua's strength is clear to all. With the dragon soul, his future might not be lower than Yi Xian's. Plus, the boy is determined and decisive in battle. He's a rare, peerless talent. If he becomes the young master and enters the divine path, his future will be limitless. As for Yi Xian, even if he's not young master, in the future, he'll still have a chance there. Compared to the now powerful Hua Yuntian, Yi Xian still needs more time. But the divine path's decree cannot wait any longer. If Hua Yuntian goes there, he'll surely bring us glory. In an instant, the master and the elders had made their decision. We'll just have to slight Yi Xian and compensate him later, the sect master thought. Meanwhile, inside the secret realm, with the fused powers, Hua Yuntian passed every trial and reached the mountain's foot. But as he looked up, his steady composure instantly shattered again. Yi Xian? Why is it him? He never imagined the person ahead of him would be Yi Xian. Didn't he pick the path infested with deadly beasts? Why wasn't he eaten? He couldn't understand it. Neither could Elder Hai, fused within him, crossing the beast territory and remaining unharmed? Has he been possessed? Beasts usually lack brains, but in rare cases, special ones are born. These special beasts possess unique skills. Soul control and possession aren't impossible. If a beast took his body and controlled his soul, other beasts wouldn't attack him. A possessed person, usually, carries the beast's aura and is seen as one of them. So he's been possessed? The elder's words thrilled Hua. He couldn't stand anyone beating him to the top, especially if it was Yi Xian. A possessed shell can't receive the ancestor's legacy. Even if he leaves alive, he'll be hunted by everyone. Thinking of this, Hua Yuntian felt much better. Oh, Yi Xian, so what if you're ahead? You're just a possessed corpse. Elder Hai was wise, and Hua believed him. But just then, on the mountainside, Yi Xian burst with the light of a legacy. He actually got the legacy. Seeing this, the two were stunned. Yi Xian isn't possessed? Then how did he cross the core? Getting the ancestor's approval means he isn't possessed. Furious now, Hua wanted to thrash the elder. If the old man hadn't said the beast area was certain death, he wouldn't be behind now. The elder was also shocked. Yi Xian really made it through that territory unharmed. He wasn't possessed, and on the mountain, he was the first to get a legacy. How did he survive? While they stood dazed, Yi Xian was also surprised. When he reached the middle, the ancestors favored him. Then Hua and the elder appeared. At this scene, even the master outside couldn't help but marvel. A divine chosen with such potential. To the long-sleeping ancestors, waiting for an heir is simply too attractive.